misdirection plays so that we keep them off balance and maybe surprise them a little bit.
I think, Jack, with the limitations we have on the 52 defense, we'll have to change up our secondary coverages and give a lot of different looks from that end of the game. We'll also have to rely on the great play of our linebackers to play hard-nosed football, seek out the South's running backs, and just play a heck of a game from that aspect.
Bob Ciancio of Fenton, he will be the offensive coordinator of the North. Dave Smith from Hinsdale Central, he will run the South's offense, and the offenses are both interesting, if nothing else, than for the names. Two Bears names quarterback.
Absolutely. Tobin and Tomczak. Where have we heard that before? Two great names in Chicagoland football with the Chicago Bears.
Of course, this is Steve Tomczak, Mike's younger brother, and Duke Tobin, Bill, the personnel director's son. And we will have more. We'll show you the opening lineups and go through the rosters for you when we come back. Got it on the tee, and we're underway. Coming over on Fiore's side of the field, and Fiore, he's got a hole here.
Great field position, Mike.
Fiore up close to the 45-yard line. A little tough getting organized, as you might expect in the All-Star game, but he was able to break it to his left, go up around, and we'll see it again on the replay.
Well, he bobbled it right here, and that's exactly what set it up here. They kind of overran, and he dipped it to the outside, and he doesn't have the same kind of speed that Carlos James does. Had James had the ball here, I think he probably would have broke it. But as you can see, they got great field position on the 45-yard line.
35-yard return, so it'll be 1st and 10 on the 45. Steve Tomczak, the quarterback. Lehman Tank Corner is the up-back. Robert Vaughn is the tailback. And right away, Tomczak is going to throw it, and it is complete to Corner. Corner up close, well past first down yardage into North Territory, down to the 40, a gain of 15. There's the Tank.
In a game like this, you get them coming so hard at the beginning, and they run a bootleg right here, and Tank is wide open in the flat. And there he is right there, 32-inch thighs, Mike.
Oh, my. Wide receivers, Brian Yarborough, number 10, Fiore, number 20. The tight end is Jeff Robalewski, number 85. They'll split out again. It's 1st and 10 for the South on the North 40, and they're in the eye. Once again, this time it's Corner on the straight handoff, and Corner gets a yard or so down to, let's call it the 38, so it'll be 2nd and 8. Good look at the North right there. Defensively, they'll be playing a 5-2 with Mark Hagley, the nose guard, number 68. Watson and Schmidt are the tackles, and Christensen and Holder the ends, or if you want to call them the outside linebackers. We'll get you the secondary in a minute. 2nd and 8 from the 38.
Tight end.
Tomczak, it's complete to tight end Robalewski, and Robalewski gets some good yardage up close to the 1st down.
That's the exact same play they ran, only they hit Corner in the flat, but the linebacker dropped with him, so Tomczak looked for the next receiver, who's the tight end coming across. Nice throw, nice catch. Another 1st down for the South.
1st down, the ball just outside the 28. Jackie Thompson, the strong safety, coming over to make the stop. And the South right away is moving on the opening series of downs. 10 minutes, 30 seconds to go here in the 1st quarter. No score, just underway at North Central College. Fumble, loose ball. And we'll have to see when they unpile. North is saying they got it. South is saying we got it. And looks as though the South will maintain possession, as Robert Vaughn couldn't find the handle on the handoff.
This is a little draw. Now watch how he goes behind him here, on this counter, and you see he never gets possession of the football. And the South is real fortunate here. As you can see, the North players flying all over. They're lucky to get it back.
The inside linebackers for the North, two good ones. Tachura from St. Charles, Sidari from Mundelein, Sturmitz, Rossini, Ingram, and Thompson, the defensive backfield. It is 2nd down, loss of 4 of 14, and in the backfield in trouble.
Martin Ellens from Hinsdale South, and a little draw play, and he got tripped up and didn't get back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, the South now facing a 3rd and long. Ellens, 5'11", 185-pounder from Dave Smith, Hinsdale Central team. There he is, number 17.
He had a great career at Hinsdale South, Mike. He was the leading career rusher there, and had over 1,500 yards just this past season at Hinsdale South.
Third down, 16 yards to go, 9 minutes to go, first period from the 35. Tomczak.
He's got him.
And once again, he's got his man.
I don't think he's got enough, though, Mike. He might be a yard short.
That's Ray Griggs, wide receiver from Crete-Monee, and he's up around the 22-yard line, which looks considerably short of the first down.
Straight drop back. Nice drop by Tomczak. Puts the ball right on the money on an out pattern. And I believe Griggs, who's headed for the University of Notre Dame, is about a yard or two short, and I'm sure they'll either go for a field goal here or they'll go for the first down.
Well, it's really closer to about, looks like about 3 yards short. And
Poor
they're
mark
going to go
when it's
for
on
it.
the far side. It's always a tough mark for the official.
Yeah, call it 4th and 3. They're on the 21. They've got to get, well, inside the 19. So they're going to go for it. They've got Ellens as the tailback, and he's got it, and he doesn't get it. Good, strong play by the defense of the North, led by number 76, Ross Watson. Stops the South on 4th down, and the North will take over. Good defensive play by the North.
Again, a power-off tackle here with Tank Corner from Oak Park leading it, but you see the great presentation of Ross Watson from Loyola Academy, 6'2", 265 pounds.
Well, Duke Tobin, number 10 from Hersey High School, will lead the North squad now. They stopped the South drive. That was a pretty good one up until they got into trouble inside the North 30-yard line. From their own 22, Tobin with Campbell and Castillo behind him. And Tobin right away is going to throw it. And it's complete to Campbell on the screen. And Campbell fighting his way for yardage, and he gets close to first down yardage. It looks like he's got it and more. Near the 35-yard line will be a first down from the North.
Notice the first two plays. The South in their first play go with a delayed screen, and all of a sudden the North comes back and they throw a screen. Reason for it is they know the defenders are going to be really coming hard, so they throw the screens in the first play.
For the North, Tobin, the quarterback, Campbell and Castillo. Castillo, the running back from Streamwood. Rummel, Riley, and Nelson, the wide receivers. First and 10 from the 34-yard line. 8:18 to go. Tobin's got some pressure, and Tobin is sacked in there.
Corey DiVitro.
The nose guard, DiVitro. Corey DiVitro from Naperville North making the sack.
See that quick move there? He just beat the center, Greg Mitchell, on a real quick move, and the quarterback, Cox, never had a chance.
Loss of 5. They'll take it inside the 30. Second down, 15.
Good shot of Corey there, 6', 208-pounder from Naperville North High School, heading for Illinois Wesleyan.
Second and 15, the split backfield now. And we get a whistle before the snap, and we'll wait for the call here. The North went to the split backfield that time after opening up in the eye. Here's the call. Procedure, so it'll cost them another 5. We'll bring up the second and 20.
Well, I think Bob Cianci is going to be doing a lot of changing in the offense, Mike, to keep the South defense on their toes.
Well, of course, the early line was, if you've been reading the papers, that the South offense against the North defense. And there's the North offense now, and they have gone backwards about 10 yards. So it's second and 20. Tobin again. Got his man Campbell, but Campbell doesn't get much, maybe a couple of yards.
That looked like Dave Garnett. It was Dave Garnett from Naperville North, headed for Stanford, a 6'1", 220-pound linebacker. Watch how fast Garnett reads this. Quarterback turns, and Garnett is right over there in his assignment, which is that back, and he makes a great play there for a loss.
So it is third and about half an acre.
Comes from good stock. His father's a former pro football player. Dave Garnett. He's an outstanding student at Naperville North.
Third and 18 from the 27. Clock under 7 minutes. First quarter, no score. Flags fly, looking long. Incomplete, almost intercepted, in fact, by Carlos James. Pass was intended for Pat Nelson, the wide receiver.
We had a flag right away. The tight end moved, and had that play gone, it would have been called back anyway. Tight end was in motion. Illegal shift.
Yeah, they called it the shift rather than
Well,
motion.
the back was in motion, and when that tight end moved his hand, that becomes an illegal shift because then two people are moving.
There's a look at Tobin. Second, Greg Cox is going to come in, and he is the punter as well as the backup quarterback. Cox averaged about 35 yards a kick during the season, and he will get it away. Greg Cox from Fenton with a fourth down and 18, 6:39 to go.
You know, make a real tribute to these coaches, you know, the last two games, how well organized they are. It's not a helter-skelter situation. It's as if they've been together for 3 or 4 years. They really have done a great job bringing these two teams together.
Yeah, a lot more than 9 days. Again, it's Fiore and James to receive. And James going to let it go. Good kick. Down on the 26-yard line. And the South will take over again after a fine punt by Greg Cox. So we played with 6:39 to go, no score. Both offenses got going with a couple of decent plays, but then bogged down. Certainly the South had a lot more success than the North, at least in their first series.
Well, they did. Now the butterflies are out, Mike. You know, in a game like this, the kids are nervous. That first hit, they haven't played since the fall. And now we're going to be settling down and see some outstanding football.
46-yard punt for Greg Cox. The South once again will take over.
Lloyd Kerr, quarterback.
And once again, the give is to Ellens. And Ellens finding some room trying to turn the corner. And Martin Ellens on the handoff from Lloyd Kerr, quarterback from the SIC West Bolingbrook, headed for Tennessee. And call that an 8-yard gain. And Ellens has been working hard here in the first couple of series. So it'll be 2nd and 2. Both teams, obviously, in this situation, going to be doing a lot of substituting. We go under the 6-minute mark. Kerr really airing it out. Ooh. Almost intercepted by DJ Rossini. The pass intended for Ryan Yarborough down the right side, and Yarborough was on the South 30-yard line.
Well, Yarborough and Griggs are the two threats, and you cannot outrun Lloyd Kerr's arm. I mean, we could have started 2 minutes ago in our automobiles, and in this case here, he got a little pressure, but he can throw the ball 60 yards.
Well, we saw that. We saw that. Now he's got a 3rd and 2. As we take a look at Rossini. 3rd down, 2 to go. Ellens again. And Ellens close to the first down and looks to be a little short, but we'll wait. Martin Ellens, 5'11", 185. Had a 231-yard game this season, and he is getting the call a lot, and looks like he's picked up the first down here in the first quarter.
And we're getting a change here of backs. Ernest Crank is coming in and changing some of these linemen on this drive.
Crank out of Bolingbrook.
Give our fans an idea how they do this. Oftentimes the coaches, they give the policy, the players rotate after so many plays. That gives them all the opportunity to play the same amount of times. So, which is a good idea by the coaches.
From their own 36, a 1st and 10 for the South. 5:20 to go. Little mix-up in the backfield or just a good fake. We haven't figured it out, but the pass gets up close to first down yardage as Lloyd Kerr finding his receiver, and that is Crank. Crank headed for Iowa, and it's a tragic story, and it's amazing the young man is here tonight. Well, I guess you better tell it, Jack, because you know it.
Well, he went up to summer school on Tuesday, University of Iowa, and on the way back, after driving him up there, his mother and brother were involved in a car accident. His mother was killed, and it's Friday night, and of course, his mother was killed on Tuesday, and he's here, and I'm sure it's just to get his mind off of that tragic situation.
2nd down and 3. And this is almost picked off by Rossini, and Rossini had nothing but stripes in front of him to go with the paws on his helmet.
He read that all the way. And his parents, I saw them leap about. You saw them over in their stands. They were about 5 feet up in the air.
Well, take a look at this again. Rossini from Wheeling almost had 6. Oh, ouch.
That was really a misread by Lloyd Kerr. The corners rolled up. He should never have thrown the ball in that area.
Brings up a 3rd down and a long 3. Fiore comes out to the left right here at the bottom of your screen. And it goes to the up man. It's Tank Corner, and Corner is stopped short of the 1st down. He probably lost a yard or 2 right there. And it'll bring up again a 4th down. Watch the defensive play in there.
Here's just a quick trap on the inside, a little short draw to corner, and you can see that tremendous defense from the north closing down and making the big play.
Paul Schmidt from Rolling Meadows in there making the first hit. So here was the first punt from the south. It'll come from Brad Wojcik from Lyons Township. Short kick, may have been partially blocked, and it takes a north roll coming up near midfield. Wojcik did not get good foot into that ball at all. The ball is at about the north 48-yard line, where they will take over with 4:29 to go.
There's John Herster from Loyola Academy and Coach Christensen from Libertyville.
Only an 11-yard punt right there for Brad Wojcik. And the north now has excellent field position as dusk starts to fall here.
There's Dave Smith from Hinsdale South.
There's Dave, a man of many talents. And this time it's Cox at quarterback. And the handoff goes to Edson Castillo from Streamwood, and Castillo gets about a yard past midfield, called a gain of 3.
Streamwood has something about having small players that are outstanding. If you remember last year, we had that little nose man named Odisio.
Oh, yeah, I remember
135 pounds.
He
Could not be blocked.
Right. He went under, around, through. That kid was incredible.
And they say the same things about this young man when he's carrying the football. He's not very big, but he's a tough runner.
Cox from Fenton, the quarterback. He and Duke Tobin are alternating. 2nd down, gain of 4, call it 6. Once again, it's Castillo trying the left side. Not much success this time, as he is brought down by the right side of the south line. Marty Lork, number 89. Jerry Cook, number 74.
It's just a quick sweep outside. You can see how fast these linebackers are reading this. There goes McLean from Andrew High School. Great job by the linebackers getting out there. And great camera work, we might add.
Ah, yes. Our producer director, Lisa Seltzer, calling the shots tonight. So we better stay on the ball. 3rd and 5 from the south 48. 3:13 to go. No score here. First quarter. A lot of receivers open. Across the middle. It is complete to Tom Cavallo, and Cavallo may have coughed up the ball. And he did.
The officials might rule, though, that his knee was down and he still has possession, so we'll have to see what the call is.
And the way the north is celebrating, it looks like it is going to be ruled no fumble. He is down. You can see the official right there ruled he was down. Good throw here.
Good protection. And we'll see right here is the contact. There's Randy Sanina making the contact. You can see he was down when he lost the football.
Boy, Sienna was all over him. But it is a 1st down on the 35-yard line of the south for the north. Under 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. In motion is Rogers. Cox looking 6. Oh, it's complete. Down inside the 10-yard line. It's complete to number 84, Mike O'Neill from Fenton, and the 2 Fenton kids hooked up on a beautiful play, 1st and goal.
I thought he was going to get called for pushing off on this. Let's take a good look at this here. The throw is right here. Let's see if he pushes off on Ephraim Haymore, number 21. We might just miss it.
You can't tell from that.
Well, he came back a little bit, and Haymore kind of overran the ball.
32-yard pass play down inside the 5-yard line. 1st and goal from the 4 for the north. And the north has the first real scoring threat of the evening. Pretty pass play right there.
Got a timeout here on the field for the north.
And right now, as you said, Jack, North takes a timeout. Greg Cox coming over to check in with Bob Ciancio. And there's Dave Smith on the south bench, and Dave is wondering, whoa, wait a minute, that wasn't supposed to happen to us. 2:36 to go. The ball is inside the 5-yard line. It'll be first and goal. And the North defense has held the South, and the North offense is making the moves. And we heard Ciancio say at the beginning that they've really got to rely on their defense and have the offense make some plays early.
Well, you know, as we talked before, Mike, a game like this, you really can't make any kind of a point spread because the talent is so tremendous, and then the breakdown could be here in one spot or another during the course of the ball game. But it's just great talent, and who knows what they're going to do.
Right, and both quarterbacks have been very effective, Greg Cox and Duke Tobin.
Well, now we're down to the nitty-gritty here. Now, see, in this situation for our fans at home, the defense can change when they're inside the 10-yard line. They can go to a 6-man front. When they're in the middle of the field, they can only be on what we call a 52 or an odd-man front. Down here, they can go on the goal line anytime the ball is inside the 10-yard line.
That's an all-star rule.
Correct.
Okay. That's Riley Thomas, the tight end, in on the right.
Wishbone, short yardage.
The wishbone. And the give down close to the goal line did not get over.
They're bringing in some specialty
people. Yeah, they brought Chris Holder in there as a linebacker.
And they've got Big John Knox in there. They're going with the jumbo backfield.
And they're about 1 yard away. Holder is normally a linebacker and a fine one. Now second down and about a little less than a yard right here. Once again up, touchdown North. And let's see who they gave it to. I think they gave it to Holder again. There he is, Chris Holder.
That's
6'1", 218-pound linebacker from Stevenson.
Equivalent of the fridge coming in from defense to punch it in.
Well, I guess in a mini version, I guess. Huh?
Quite mini. One leg. There he is, a big linebacker, and all he needs is that big power and strength to get that yard. He punches in there for a big touchdown for the North.
Well, Holder from 1 yard out with a minute 56 to go. And the kick by Costaville is up. And it is wide to the left. So they'll come back up the field. A minute 56 to go. We do have a flag, however, on the play. So let's wait for that call. There's Tobin and Costaville are talking this over. It's a procedure call against the North. So obviously it'll be a decline by the South. Now they'll come back up the field with the score. North 6, South nothing. And a minute 56 to go in the first quarter. Of course, that big pass play set it up.
Here's a nice crowd here at North Central College in Naperville. Great facility. This is such a beautiful campus, as you spoke about earlier, Mike.
Is that the Bahamas? What are we looking at there? That's Naperville? Come on.
That's the Bahamas being your scarf. Cheerleaders tonight are from Naperville North and Naperville Central High School. Girls in the white are from Naperville North, and the girls in the red on the top of the screen are from Naperville Central.
Well, it is the North that struck first with a 52-yard drive that ended with the 1 yard plunge. We're taking a look now at the deep men for the South. That is Outlands at the top of your screen, number 17.
And Mr. Griggs.
And number 84, Ray Griggs, who can really burn it. He is at the bottom. And Costaville will put it in play again for the North. A minute 56 to go. 6-0. North ahead of the South. And it goes to Ellen's side of the field, and Martin Ellis takes it inside his 10, and Ellen's has got a little room to move. He gets it over the 20 to about the 24-yard line. Boy, that grass is thick. That ball just kind of hits and stays. Let's take a look at Martin Ellens.
Tough punt to handle on this. You don't have anywhere to go but down the sideline because you're hemmed in. Nice run. It shows the quick feet that Martin Ellens had after his great career at Hinsdale South High School. There's a good shot of Martin.
All right, Tom Zach is the quarterback. Tomczak, flags fly. Tomczak in trouble. Steve gets out of it before he is finally tripped up in there by number 44, the linebacker, John Sadari. But there is a penalty on the play. And it's in the area of holding in the backfield. We'll see.
Tomczak does a nice job here of scrambling. It really looks like his brother Mike as he gets out of this trouble. We have a holding call.
Yeah, that flag was thrown right to the right of Tomczak, and they'll march it back.
There's a good picture of Mr. Tomczak.
Yeah, there's Steve. Mike is here tonight.
Mike is here.
Getting ready for Platteville.
And he's here to watch his brother play quarterback. And his dad is coaching in the game. Of course, Mike was the Sun Times Player of the Year in 1980, but the game was 2 years too late for him, or he would have been out there as a quarterback.
Well, the ball goes back inside the 10-yard line of the South, and it will be first down and now long 25 with the clock running, 1:15. Tomczak's got Fiore on his left, and the pitch back goes to Ernest Crank, and Crank certainly cranks some yardage, but he's got a long way to go. He gets it to about the 15, gain of 6.
Got a long way to go. That's 6 yards. To have a 6-yard average is something else. And he was, of course, a great player at Bolingbrook High School.
3,000-yard rusher.
Here he comes around the corner with the corner and a nice block. Tries to kick him outside, and he looks for that seam inside. But great pursuit by that outstanding defense of the North All-Stars.
Scott Sturmitz of Elgin coming up to make the stop in his defensive back position. Again, it is second down and a long way to go. Call it 19 with the ball on the 15-yard line. We're in the final 30 seconds of this first period. No real wind to speak of. Tomczak, the lefty over center. Steve is looking.
Got Griggs.
And over the middle, complete about 4 yards short of the first down. Is number 84, Ray Griggs. Griggs 6'2", good height, good size, good speed.
Tomczak really drills it in there. Griggs got right in behind the linebackers and underneath the corner, and of course he's headed for the University of Notre Dame, and he's got outstanding speed. He's just a great receiver.
Ball goes to the 32-yard line. When we come back, it'll be third down and 2. But right now, that's the end of the first quarter with the score. The North All-Stars 6 and the South All-Stars nothing. Linebacker coming in to take the final yard of a 52-yard drive for the North, and the North, to the surprise of some, is ahead by a score of 6-0. I'm Mike Lederman, along with Jack McInerney, high above the field here at North Central College in Naperville. If you can get through I-88, it's well worth the trip. Boy, I tell you,
You got to leave early, Mike.
I never thought I'd miss a kickoff. Well, it wasn't that close. Okay, third down. Called a long 2 for the South. Steve Tomczak, the quarterback. They go with the eye. Tomczak in trouble, and Tomczak is stopped. Tomczak at a loss. Chris Edwards from Hoffman Estates going to Southern Illinois as a couple of tempers start to flare there. Edwards coming in there to make the play on Tomczak, and it was probably a busted play, too.
Yeah, it looked like he slipped, and there was a breakdown in the offensive line. You can see right here that this is what this is called is a naked, and it's a bootleg, and nobody blocks that man, but he came down hard inside, and a little extracurricular there on a part of Edwards, and Ernest Crank comes to defend Steve Tomczak.
Once again, Greg Cox, who got a 46-yarder off his first, will get this one off from his own 15. This one hangs up high.
Brad Wojcik from Lyons Township on that punt, number 22.
And there's Wojcik. Check it, Brad Wojcik on the punt. Thank you, Jack. Excuse me.
He redeemed himself in that first one, and he kind of shanked off his foot, and that was a good punt by Wojcik. Here he is, a good shot right here. A little bit off the side of the foot again, but good coverage by the South team.
How you doing?
Pinning him into the sidelines. Great
Sturmitz
pursuit.
Scott Sturmans takes it back. So the North will have the ball also with decent field position on their own 41-yard line. And Tobin back in there at quarterback number 10. The split backfield. In motion number 80, Nelson on the option. Here comes Tobin. And Duke Tobin turns it up to about the 44-yard line. 11 minutes, 10 seconds to go here in the first half. 6-0. The South is trailing. The North with the ball and the lead. There's Duke. We talked to him at halftime along with his counterpart from the South and the Bears family, Mr. Steve Tomczak. Gain of, well, let's call it 3, so it's 3rd and 7. 2nd and 7, rather. Tobin again. Lets it go long, and he has his man, but overshoots him. Number 88, Mike Rummel from Streamwood.
Carlos James playing a little soft on that coverage. Carlos is the type of player that he's got great speed, and he plays soft and thinks he can be able to run down the ball, which he did here. Nice drop here by Tobin. Scrambles out and looks deep down the sideline. You see Carlos coming right into your picture here with that outstanding speed, just a little bit overthrown.
Tobin showed some arm on that as well. 10:34 to go first half. 3rd down, 7 yards to go.
Well, you know, the University of Illinois isn't taking him just because it's a Tobin. He's a good football player. He led Hersey to the state championship his junior year.
That's right. He holds most of the passing records over there at Hersey High for Bruce Glover. Now he's facing a 3rd and 7 with the All-Stars here early in the second quarter. Tobin over the middle. It is intercepted and the ball is dropped. What's the ruling? Incomplete pass. It looks as though James got the interception but didn't have possession. We'll take a look at it in slow-mo. He should be able to tell us something.
Tobin looks downfield. He drills the ball in here, but great contact right here. Watch James come right up underneath him and almost picked off here. And he never got possession there. Is that Brad Wojcik?
Looks like Wojcik, yeah. Yeah.
There's a shot of Garnett, Naperville North linebacker, headed for Stanford.
Now, back to punt. For the North will be Greg Cox. Tough snap. Gets it away and gets the spiral. Fair catch called for and taken inside his own 30-yard line by James.
We've got a couple of celebrities in the audience tonight. We've got, of course, Mike Tomczak, who's here to watch his brother and his dad coaching the game. We've got Vince Tobin and Bill Tobin of the Chicago Bears to watch their son and nephew, and Reggie Fleming, the ex-Chicago Blackhawk.
All right. A couple of days ago, we could have put some ice down for Reggie right here on the field, I think.
Well, you know how he played hockey. He should have been out there.
Yeah. Well, it's a good thing Reggie can't hear us.
That's right. He was a football player on
third
skates.
man in the booth. Lloyd Kerr, the quarterback now for the South. And Kerr throws out here in the flat. Incomplete, intended for Griggs. 2nd and 10 now from the 27-yard line.
It's one of the tough things in an all-star game like this is to get that short passing game down pat. The timing is so very important. And Lloyd there took a 3-step drop looking for Griggs at 5, and Griggs made a 7-yard cut. Consequently, the ball was thrown short. So those are the type of things you'll see in a game like this where it really needs more time to get the timing down.
Only touchdown coming in the first quarter for the North. They lead 6-0. South now with the ball. 2nd down, 10 from their own 27. They are in the eye. Once again, Griggs. Check at the ball underthrown by Lloyd Kerr.
I tell you, Yarborough was open in that seam, and Lloyd kind of threw it off his back heel and threw it in short, but Yarborough had him beat in the seam. That could have been a big play if he had gotten the ball to him.
Ryan Yarborough from Rich East. Fine wide receiver, and you can also see they didn't have a helmet sale for this game. All the teams are wearing their own school's helmet, of course, all the team members.
Well, you know, the idea behind this was the old Chicago Tribune against the NFL Pro champion, and that was the idea with the All-Star uniforms and, of course, wear their own helmets. I went to that game for about 15 years, and I thought it was just great.
You weren't in the monsoon game, were you?
Yes, I was.
Oh, boy. 3rd down. Lloyd, Kerr, and he's got his man up past first down yardage. Number 85, the tight end, Jeff Robluski, did a good job getting open down the right sideline.
Here's Lloyd. One of his biggest attributes is his ability to scramble. You can see right here that great speed, but notice the poise. He's always looking downfield. He's not panicking. He throws the ball right in the seam, and there's Robluski from Carl Sandberg, coached by Tom Saliga. Nice catch.
17-yard gain, good for a first down, and the South is starting to rise. They're on their 44 with 10 minutes left here in the first half. Yarborough flanked to the right. Again, Kerr looks for him, and he's got Yarborough out in the flat. Fights his way back to midfield, knocked out of bounds. And a pickup of 6 yards for Yarborough before he is knocked out of bounds by number 44, John Sidari, the linebacker for the North, and holder number 46.
There's a timing route we talked about. 3-step drop, a quick out, good moves by Yarborough, who's headed for Wyoming, a 6'2", 180-pounder from Rich East High School.
Mike
Outstanding
Belson,
receiver.
number 12. I'm sorry, Jack. Mike Belson, number 12, assisting on that tackle. Belson out of Buffalo Grove.
It's a good shot of Ryan Yarborough on the sideline.
Second down, short 3. From North Territory, the South gives it to Ellens, and Martin Ellens gets the first down, crossing the 45-yard line to the 44. First and 10 for the South. On the sweep to the right.
Another point of interest for the fans, if at the end of the first half there is a team down by 9 or more points, they can receive throughout the second half, as long as they are down by 9 or more points.
That always spices things up.
It does.
You can't sit back on a lead for very long with that kind of a rule. First down for the South. Clock is running. 9:10 to go. The lights are starting to take effect here. Lloyd Kerr is looking. And Kerr shoots it incomplete.
And he had a man downfield wide open through that whole scramble. And he never spotted him.
Kerr put a lot of yardage on his cleats, but not much on the board right here. Did a good job to stay away from the rush.
Great athlete, 6'3", 210 pounds, outstanding basketball player.
Again intended for Griggs. Brings up a 2nd and 10.
Come on, Ray, let's go, Ray.
Griggs has been open, but again, that kind of a play, Kerr was running for his life. Second down play, and a variation of the Statue of Liberty, and fooled nobody, especially Kirk Christensen of the North. Christensen from Libertyville, where he plays for his dad, flattens Ellens at midfield.
There's the draw. The idea behind that is you tell defensively, coaches tell the linemen, once the quarterback clears the back, forget about the back. So what they do with this type of draw is the quarterback goes past the back and then slips the ball in behind as he goes by him. Didn't work this time.
Well, no, it did not fool John Reel's defensive team.
There's a good shot of Christensen. I'm sure his dad was talking to him about that play at breakfast this morning.
Got it on tape. 3rd and 17. Ball's in midfield. Kerr, 3 for 8 passing. Looks again. He completes this one.
Oh!
And look out, he broke it. Number 34.
It's the tank.
The tank, Lehman Corner, picked up about an extra 10 yards, and he may have a first down.
That's Hinsdale South's bread and butter, their screen draw, which Dave Smith is so known throughout the entire state for. Here you see the screen right here, the lineman out in front of corner. Now watch the footwork on this young man. 32, if you don't grab that kid, 32-inch thighs. That's about the size of my waist.
Well, just short of a first down.
I hope you don't believe that
32-inch
one.
waist. Come on, Jack. They're going to measure this one. It looks very, very close. He needed, about 17 yards. And he didn't get much less, if in fact he got less. And it is short by a football length. You can see it. Well, when you get a better perspective on it, it's about Now it's less than a foot. No decision here, is there?
No, and we got to tell you, a tribute to the officials here. We have outstanding officials for this football game, and they do a great job year in and year out. And Coach Mr. Quinn has done this game for 6 years with his crew.
Yep, Tom Quinn said the chief official for the Big Ten. He took over when Jerry Markbrad, I guess, came over to the pros, right?
Yes,
the
he
NFL,
did.
another Chicagoan. There's a good look at Tom. Well, half of them anyway. So it will be 4th down, about a foot, under 8 minutes to go. The South trailing 6-0 on the march right here on the North 33-yard line. Now the South has the tank, who's listed as 5'8", 206. I think they've lightened him a little bit there. And he is in there, number 34 at the up back. 4th down. Tank gets it. The Tank sweeps. The Tank's got a 1st down to the 30.
Now, that play was designed to go a little more inside, and they closed it down. He bounced outside with his outstanding speed.
Lehman Corner averaged about 9.5 yards a rush, 11 touchdowns on the ground. Gets an important 1st down here, Jack.
You can see how it was designed to go inside, but his outstanding running ability just bounced it outside. And, of course, he had 683 yards at Oak Park High School this year with 11 touchdowns and a 9.6 yard average. See the toss sweep here with Corner leading Crank, and great pursuit here by the North defense, but I think that's what we had. It was a holding call there by on the South on the Tank.
I'll wait for Tom Quinn over here. They're still discussing it. And they're heading backwards, so it looks like it will go against the South All-Stars. Well, obviously a big penalty because the South has the momentum now, or had it. 7:35 to go. And there it was, the holding call. I believe it was a holding call.
It
right?
was holding.
Yeah.
But in this situation, Hinsdale South has always been noted for their draw and screen game, which Dave Smith does excellently. And, of course, this is the type of situation where those kind of plays come into effect. And the South has the type of ball players that can break those.
It's still 1st down, but now 17 yards to go from the North 35. Corner and Crank the backfield.
Screen again.
Once again, this goes to Corner, and Corner's picking up some more yardage. He gets inside the 25, down to about the 23.
Sounds like I'm a prophet, but that's Dave Smith's strength, is his ability with that screen and draw game.
Should bring up about 6 more yards for a 1st down, gain of 11.
You can see those people, linemen out in front of the Tank here. Now, had he turned it back inside, he had a lot of running room on the inside. But that's a nice gain there. Now they're back down to 2nd and 5.
DJ Rossini making the tackle, knocking him out of bounds. 7:26 to go, still 6-0. And it'll be 2nd down, I'll call it 5 for the South. Darren Grove, the center, checking signals there with Lloyd Kerr, and this one is overshot, intended for Dan Loftman, breaking in from the right side. Loftman from Immaculate Conception, headed for the Naval Academy.
Dan had a great career at Immaculate Conception with 44 receptions and 687 yards and 12 touchdowns, playing for the veteran Hall of Famer Jack Lewis.
3rd down and 4, 7 minutes, 23 to go. The South, with its vaunted offense, has yet to vaunt into the goal line or close to it of the North.
Well, on the other hand, the North has the vaunted defense.
Yeah.
So we're going against 2 vaunts.
3rd and 4. Looking for Crank. set up as a screen and overthrown. Lloyd Kerr had a lot of pressure from the North defense, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
I think we might see a field goal here. I see Wojcik going out on the field.
Wojcik can kick him from about 40 yards, and he doesn't have a wind to worry about. Conditions are ideal. Hey, why not, right?
Why not? It's an all-star game. Get on the board.
He's just about dead on with the goalpost. And so Brad Wojcik will try it.
Now, I wouldn't be too surprised here, though, if we might see a fake.
As you say, Jack, it's an all-star game. Anything is possible. Tomczak to hold. This will be a 40-yard kick. The ball will be kicked, if it is, kicked from the 30. It's up. Got the distance, and it's good. So, a 40-yard field goal by Brad Wojcik that carried a good 5 or 6 yards past the crossbar, and let's take a look at it again.
Great shot from the end zone. You can see the ball coming right at you, right through the goalpost. Easy call for the officials as he looks at it going over the crossbar. 40-yarder for Brad Wojcik from Lyons Township.
7:13 to go. South's on the board. North leads, though. 6-3. We'll be back. They now trail, but only by 6-3, and he will tee it up again and let it fly and kick off to the North.
You kind of feel the momentum of the South team. They know that they have that great scoring potential, and now that they're on the scoreboard, that could be the ice that they needed to break through.
32.
Steve Rogers.
Steve Rogers
Percy.
And Castillo, number 35, to take it. This will be Rogers. Rogers from his 10 gets a good
he's gone.
seam, and look out.
He's gone.
Wojcik's the only man who could catch him, and Brad does. Good angle by Brad Wojcik to save the touchdown at the 35-yard line of the South. What a return by Steve Rogers. And Rogers is a guy who does just about as much in this game as you do, Jack, playing about every position there is.
Well, here's a nice return set up by the North. You can see him, great speed by Rogers, who went to Hershey and, of course, played on that state championship team as a junior, but he also started as a sophomore. Brad Wojcik has 4.5 speed, and he was the kicker and the safety, so he did his job by stopping that long run. You can see the excitement there of the North All-Stars.
North is in business again. From the South 38, Tobin the quarterback. And the give up the middle, almost breaking it, is Sean Campbell, the upback. And Campbell, boy, he didn't look like he had much to start with, but he made a lot out of it. Sean from Glenbrook South getting another first down, but again we see a flag, and it goes against the North, so forget that. Well, the broadcast rights to this game have been granted to Sports Channel solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any reproduction or other use of this game without the consent of Sports Channel is prohibited. Yeah, they're marching this one back, and it's a holding call against the North. So that's one way to kill a nice drive and rally, and the ball is now at the 45-yard line of the South. Exceptional kickoff return set up by the North.
There's Dave Smith.
Yeah.
He wants to get that football back and open it up.
First down, 18 yards to go now. Tobin loses the handle, and Duke falls on the ball, and the North will keep possession, but will lose a little more yardage here.
It's tough again with 9 days of practice for them to get the timing down with a different center. And of course, right there wasn't an exchange there. He just bumped into the dive back was going to be a fake and a pop pass to the tight end, and got it knocked out of his hands.
Center there is Greg Mitchell from Conan, going to Harper College, number 62. Well, another yard back, so second down, 19 yards to go. Tobin says, forget this, I'm going to throw the ball. And it is incomplete, intended for Tom Cavallo on the left side. And Cavallo being defended by several South players.
Little bootleg pass here by Tobin. He's coming down, and Cavallo's coming all the way across the field. And he dumps it in there, a little behind and a little high. Big Tom Cavallo headed for the University of Louisville.
Brings up a 3rd and 19, under 6 minutes to go now. 6-3, the North leading. The North has the ball. So look at Jay Elms, the split wide receiver over here towards the bottom of your screen. Tobin shoots it over the middle, and it is intercepted by the South. The ball intended for Campbell and picked off by the South.
Randy Sienna headed for Notre Dame from Homewood Flossmoor High School. Here's Randy, 6'2", 228 pounds. Tobin gets a good drop, good protection. He's kind of flushed out of the pocket a little bit. Looks over the middle, and the ball is deflected. And, of course, good reaction by Randy Sienna of Homewood Flossmoor, coached by John Wren. Of course, Randy is headed for the University of Notre Dame and Lou Holtz, National Football Champions. 1st and 10 for the South as you look at the bench, and Randy Sienna. Tom Zach in there at quarterback. And Steve takes the handoff, throws it is complete to Robert Vaughn from Yorkville, and Vaughn looks like he has first down yardage. Robert Vaughn's a great athlete, Mike. He's headed for the University of Kansas. He had 170 carries and 1,500 yards rushing. He just comes out of the backfield into the flat right here. And you can see he catches the ball as well as he runs with the football. And the University of Kansas Jayhawks have a heck of a running back. Scott Ingram, number 21, coming up from his free safety spot to make the stop. Ingram from Evanston on his way to Florida A&M. Only 5'8", plays a lot bigger than that. Wants to show folks he can play on the major college level. And it is a first down from the 48-yard line. Steve Tomczak throwing, and it is complete out here in the right flat. Tomczak completing it to Mark Fiore, and that's Fiore's first catch of the night. And Fiore getting it across midfield to the 45-yard line of the North. It's just a quick out here, 3 steps, and he throws it to Fiore, who just ran off the defender and turned it out. Now Fiore's from Glenbard North, and he's headed for St. Francis of Joliet. Outstanding two-way player at Glenbard North. Second on the team in tackles, and plays offensive course to boot. Second down, call it 3. Tomczak, straight drop this time. And he is dropped. He's got it. Looking for a call was Ryan Yarborough, as Tomczak was smothered, but somehow got that off. That was a great throw by Tomczak, right on the money, and Yarborough got squeezed in between the safeties. We'll see it here. Great camera angle. Let's watch as he runs the post route. Notice how both defenders squeeze him right here, and there is contact. Yeah, there is. Great concentration by Yarborough. You see the reaction here by Yarborough to the officials. But no call, so it'll be a third down and 3. Beautiful throw by Steve Tomczak, and we didn't see it on the replay, but he was creamed after he let that ball go. Third and 3. Pitch to Ellens, and Ellens trapped back there, and Ellens with the second effort looks like he's got the first down. But he was trapped for a loss and broke away. John Sederi coming up number 44 to make the play, along with Holder number 46. Let's take a look here. You can see that it's a draw, and just that defense is making great strides in cutting off those angles for Ellens, and he doesn't get a heck of a lot out of that one. Chris Holder made the stop, but it is a first down now for the South at the 40-yard line of the North. 4 minutes to go now. 4:02, 4:01. Now it's 4 minutes. The South trailing 6-3, moving again on the North goal line. Trying the left side this time. It is complete by Steve Tomczak. That's Ray Griggs complete again. To Griggs. Everybody on the South end just sitting there, I think, waiting for Griggs to break one. Well, you know what's going to happen here. They're setting it up by throwing that quick out, and that cornerback is going to bite one of these times, and Griggs is going to go by him like he's on the express. Yeah. Griggs is going to Notre Dame. Apparently, he ran a, if you take a look at the North bench, they want a timeout right there. That's John Rail right there, calling the defensive signals from Evanston High School. But I read where Griggs was clocked at under 4.4 for the 40 at Notre Dame. Well, no timeout. We keep going here. Second down.
give to Ellens. Ellens is stopped by the right side of the line. And starting is Dave Stachura coming in there from St. Charles. Well, not all the way from St. Charles. This way he went to high school, but he's playing up on the right side. Just do it straight, Mike. Let's take a look at it again. Good play here by Stachura.
You can see the great reactions there by Stachura, coached by Buck Drack out of St. Charles and headed for the University of Iowa. He just scraped right off that and made the play, stepping up into the hole.
3rd and 3 now from the 34. Buck, I guess, is doing the radio tonight, huh?
He's over there.
Oh.
Ad-libbing.
Isn't it fun? 3rd down, 3 to go for the 34-yard line of the North. Tomczak throwing for Fiore. What's the call? Incomplete. So once again, it brings up, take a look at this now, brings up a 4th and 3.
Just a quick drop again. The corners are playing off, and eventually they'll be setting up the quick one, but he just underthrows it. That's tough, that quick out, because of the angle.
Well, it's a little too far even for Wojcik's field goal range. Brad converting a 40-yarder, but here they're 50 yards away when a field goal is tried, so they're going to go for this one. 4th down, 3. Tomczak got the look-in pass complete. 1st down, and saving a touchdown over there is Scott Ingram, number 21, as the pass complete to Ryan Yarborough.
Sorry for yelling in your ear, Mike. I'm getting a little excited because he had a seam there. I thought he was going to score on it. Nice quick drop back. He gets in the seam between the safety and the corner. You can see it right there. Great throw and a real good catch by Ryan Yarborough, coached by Bob Lombardi at Rich East High School.
21-yard gain. Ball's down to the 13-yard line. Clock now ticking down, 2 minutes and counting. No 2-minute warning, of course, in high school ball. And the South has got a 1st and 10, but with time ticking away from the 13. Tomczak on the play action. He's got Griggs, and Griggs, touchdown South. Check it, it's corner, it's Lehman Tank corner.
And that again was that play that's been so effective throughout the first half for the South. It's what they call the naked. You can see the lineman pulling in one direction to sucker everybody over, and then Tomczak goes out the other side with corner coming out of his fullback position into the flat. Great effort here by the Tank to get into the end zone.
Well, it is corner 34 after looking for Griggs 84. And the Tank has got a touchdown.
I'm sure Gary's
gone up.
I'm sure Gary Olson, his coach at Oak Park, is real happy about that run by the Tank.
Tomczak 9 out of 10. Real well. Here's the fake. Tomczak now looking for the 2. Throws it looking for corner again, and this time corner is cornered. And
great play defensively by D.J. Rossini from Wheeling High School.
Rossini was not fooled.
170 pounds. You can see right here, now it was tough to tell whether that was just a bad snap or he thought that he could throw it back. And of course, there's the Tank. Look at that open field tackle by D.J. Rossini, 6'1", 170 pounds from Wheeling.
Well, a minute 41 to go here in the first half, and the South has taken the lead by a score of 9-6. A 40-yard field goal, and there the 13-yard pass play. And we're getting some action here, folks. There's Dave Smith breathing a little easier after taking the lead. But of course, there's still 24 minutes to go. 25-41, actually.
There's Rogers deep again.
Along with Castillo. Castillo number 35, Rogers number 32, Wojcik to kick it off.
Would you bet they don't try to kick it to Rogers?
I think it'd be a safe bet after last time, huh? This one should come to the right to Castillo. And they go right up the middle. Castillo has trouble handling it from his 10.
He's got room.
Yes, he does, to the 30. And Castillo is slammed down.
Nice tackle by Jeff Fisher from York High School. His brother played in this game 2 years ago, Mike.
Here's Castillo having problems picking it up, but he gets a nice run back out of this. 20 yards worth.
Tough ball to handle. It's a knuckle ball, line drive right at you. Watch Fisher come in and play here. Nice open field tackle. His brother played in the game 2 years ago and is now up at Northwestern.
Castillo. 1:25 to go. Cox, the quarterback.
Sean Campbell on a...
Number 19, Sean Campbell on the short game. Up the middle. Gain of 2. Clock running now, 1:08. And we get a timeout called here. Timeout by the South. They just weren't going to sit by and watch the North run this one down.
Well, with got an outstanding crowd here tonight, Mike. People from all over the
sitting
suburbs.
mostly, you know. There've been some standing, but come on. Yeah, there they are.
Excellent crowd.
Yeah, beautiful night. Absolutely gorgeous night. And the Bugs haven't gotten word of the weather yet. They don't seem to be too bad.
No, this is quite an extreme from last year when we sat up here.
Whoa.
I think I lost about 10 pounds. That's how I got my 32-inch waist.
Yes. Yes. This is the 6th annual North-South Coaches All-Star Game. Mike Lederman along with Jack McInerney. Jack doing about quadruple duty tonight. Not only is he organizing the game, but he's up here doing this as we always do. Take a look there at the South bench right there.
There's John Piazza from Bloom High School. He's the coach for the wide receivers in this ball game.
Talking to Steve Tomczak, Mike Fiore.
Coach Christensen to the left, and Bill Mitz in the middle, and Bob Ciancio from Fenton on the right.
All right, 2nd and 8, 1:08 to go. North with the ball on their own 34. And on the draw, they give us to Castillo, and Castillo doesn't get much. And again, the South will take a timeout with 59 seconds left on the clock.
Jeff Scariano from Wheaton North High School, going Eastern Illinois, coming up to make that tackle, a product of Jim Rexilius, the great high school coach at Wheaton North High School.
Edson Castillo from Streamwood, 5'11". He's listed at 185. Listed at 5'11". I don't think he's 5'11".
I don't think so either, but, you know, pump up the rosters a little bit.
Only played 8 games this year. Rushed for 913 yards, caught balls from about 200 more yards, 21 touchdowns. It's not a bad 8 games, huh?
Not bad. That's what I call production. There's some cheerleaders from Naperville North High School. They didn't have far to go.
They didn't have to take I-88. 9-6 the score with the South coming from behind. They were trailing 6-0, got a field goal, made it 6-3, and the touchdown pass play made it 9-6 with the 1:41 to go in the half to take the lead. Now 59 seconds, and they're trying to get the ball back. North with a 3rd and 7 now from its own 35-yard line. One backfield. Castillo in motion. Cox to throw. Looking and slipping down, and no catch ruled for Pat Nelson. Nice try. The ball was behind him. Nelson made the play.
Nelson was open in the seam. If
Nelson or Rummel. 88 was Rummel.
If he could have got the ball to him, he threw it behind him here. You can see he's kind of got a duck there. But he was open on that seam route.
That's Rummel.
There's Carlos James covering him up.
Only 6 seconds tick off the clock, so the South will get a chance for the ball again. And how many do you think they're going to send at the punter this time? Cox will go back, drop back to his own 20, and you can bet he's going to see a lot of white shirts in his face. Wrong again. They're setting up a return. James, number 15, but it's taken instead. Doesn't matter who took it because Kirk Christensen knocked him, and Fiore knocked him right on his fanny.
And there's Jackie Thompson from North Chicago High School, outstanding defensive back for the North All-Stars, making that play.
Let's take a look so we can...
You can see the pursuit here by Christensen bearing in on the ball carrier, and Jackie Thompson was already there, introducing himself.
Cox 5 for 6, 63 yards passing.
It's a good shot of Jackie Thompson from North Chicago High School.
So with 40 seconds to go, That was a good kick, of course, by Cox. From their own 32-yard line, the South will try to rise again. Going into the locker room, leading by 3.
Oh, he's wide open.
And he dropped the ball, did he?
Well, the North is in a prevent, kind of playing a soft coverage here, and Griggs was really wide open, and Lloyd kind of saw him at the last minute and threw it behind him, or he had an awful lot of running room.
I've never liked what they call the prevent defense, or the prevent defense, if you will. Somehow I always manage to watch the other team score in chunks of 20 yards and then run the thing in. 26 seconds to go, second down from the 32. And this time the give over to Robert Vaughn, and Vaughn only gets about 3, and South will take a timeout. They have one.
I believe that's their last timeout.
That should be it.
Dave Smith strolling out to the huddle to talk over what they want to do. Now, what will happen here is the North will play a little softer, but then that opens up what's been the strength of the South defense. All through the first 2 quarters, the South has been able to throw underneath.
Ryan Yarbrough comes in number 10, a wide receiver. They'll probably put the burners in now, and they can take 2 shots at it without too much fear of the North coming back to do anything. If you throw it long, it gets intercepted. What's the worst that can happen? A 40-yard punt, right?
That's right. Or they get the ball down and just to cross into the 40-yard line again, you can be sure that they'll try Wojcik again with a field goal.
17 seconds to go. South's ball on their own 38. It's a 3rd and 4. And the South with the 3-point lead. At halftime, we'll be talking to a couple of the opposing quarterbacks with their heritage, Duke Tobin and Steve Tomczak. And we should get, as Dave Smith comes off the field, time is in. Okay, 17 ticks on the clock. They've got Yarborough to the right, along with Griggs. Over here at the bottom of your picture, that's Yarborough in the yellow helmet. Griggs is off the screen right now, but he's there. 17 seconds to go. He's looking for Griggs. Still in bounds. Look out.
Oh, overthrown.
But everybody's there in blue jerseys. Rossini, number 14, is about the closest man to it, but
we got a flag.
We got a flag. Well, I'm kind of surprised it took him as long to throw it. Usually these kind of plays are known for flags.
Here's Lloyd Kerr with that great scrambling ability, but gets a lot of pressure. We get a flag right on the end here.
Anders Thorson after him, number 79. And with 6 seconds to go, we'll see what the flag is.
So I believe it's going to be dead ball.
Could have been, he was past the line of scrimmage.
Right, I think that's what it was.
Okay. So that will cost him down.
And you know, with these officials, we got the top in the Midwest doing the game, and they don't make mistakes.
Yeah, that's the call you hear. A legal forward pass, and the North calls a timeout to see what they can do, because 4th down is coming up right here. It's a 5-yard penalty and the loss of the down, so it'll be 4th and 8. With 6 seconds to go.
It's John Hurst.
Take a timeout. Do you think the South will actually punt it?
Good question.
Coach?
Well, you know, they're going to go out in punt formation, and what he's going to do probably is snap the ball and kick it. Wojcik's a heck of a kicker, but Wojcik is also an outstanding runner with great speed, which means he could just run around a little bit and kill the clock.
Yeah, because they're...
Your guess is as good as mine at this point. But they have an outstanding snapper. Laheta from Bloom, Chester Laheta, does a great job snapping the ball deep. There's some of the South players at the trough.
Right. Who was that? Darren Grove, yeah. They send 2 men deep. Jackie Thompson, number 20, for the North, up around his 35-yard line. Six seconds to go.
It's a good shot of Lloyd Kerr there on the sidelines.
Lloyd Kerr also had about 400 yards rushing this year, and he also caught a couple of passes.
He's a heck of an athlete. A lot of recruiters thought of him as a defensive back in college.
Going to Tennessee. Davey, okay. The kick is out. The kick is away, and this should do it.
Nice high kick.
Thompson called for the fair catch. Better fall on it just to be sure. He does. Clock is down at 0-0, and that's it. That's the end of the first half. Both teams will take a break with the score. The South All-Stars 9, the North 6. And Lloyd Kerr hasn't done so badly either. He's pitched for 62 yards. Total 179 yards passing for the South, only 61 for the North. Neither team putting up much of a rushing offense, Jack, as we expected. Only, I guess, 8 yards total for the North and 19 yards for the South. And the big story has been through the air. One touchdown for each side. The 40-yard field goal, that's the difference so far, and it's 9-6. And you're looking at the North coming out.
Well, in these kind of football games, the crowds like to see the ball in the air, Mike. And there's a good shot of Ron Tomzek, father of Steve, father of Mike. He is a real character. He's been so much fun during these all-star practice. The kids just love him. He's a physical fitness nut. And he ran all the cals during the practices, and he is really a character. He's a Hall of Famer in the Illinois High School Football Coaches Hall of Fame for his great career at Thornton Fractional North High School.
Well, this is interesting. Here you're seeing two teams after the first half. They're all lined up doing cals. If we get a wide shot, we'll show you. There we go.
Look at that precision. You talk about organized. And who says football players cannot get in a straight line?
Well, it's interesting, too, because these young men are going to be going, maybe they'll have another all-star game before, but they'll be going off to college and getting into shape. And this really gives them a chance to get a bit of a jump on maybe some of their players they'll be competing for positions with when they go off to school.
Well, it absolutely does that. And, of course, the thing, too, is this is the best competition that all of these kids have ever faced in their four-year high school career. Tonight is the competition for them. They've never played against people of this type of ability, and of course they had 9 days to practice with people with similar abilities. So this has been a great experience for these athletes before they start their college careers. There's big Sean Campbell, Glenbrook South. There's a shot of Dave Smith, Hinsdale South, athletic director, head football coach. Dave does a great job with this game. The South team practices at Hinsdale South High School, and he's done just a great job helping organize this. Got a great crowd here tonight. The weather's perfect. Camera shots have been excellent. Of course, having Mike Liederman doing the play-by-play is only a plus for these Suburban All-Stars.
Oh, my. Flattery will get you an extra hot dog, right, Jack? Seriously, I was doing my usual, kind of forgetting to eat before a game, never do. And I asked the lady if I could buy a hot dog, and she said they're not ready yet, but she was your wife, and she promised that she would.
She going to deliver it?
She's going to deliver it.
You better give her a decent tip.
Well, you bet. You bet. Very nice. Good crowd here tonight. We've got cheerleaders. We've got football.
We had a great, on the night preceding the game, we have a big banquet for the All-Star players and their family. And, of course, last night we had it, and we had Mike Tomzek, the Chicago Bears, as our guest speaker, and he did a tremendous job. So it's a culmination of 2 weeks of excitement and fun for these high school athletes.
Okay, we will determine kickoff and receiving in just a minute. Of course, the North kicked off to start the game. One would expect that the South would be kicking off to start the second half, but we'll see what the coaches want the players to do as they both get their instructions.
There's Christensen.
Yeah, Kurt Christensen plays for his dad in Libertyville. Will be going to Indiana State.
That's John Rail, head coach at Evanston High School, and of course was an assistant coach for many years for Gary Olson at Oak Park High School. And John did a great job at Evanston this year, took them to the playoffs and a 9-3 record.
Now you take a look at the schools a lot of these players are going to. This is a real quality bunch. A lot of Big Ten schools. A lot of people going to Northern, Southern, Eastern.
3 Notre Dame players.
3 Notre Damers, yeah.
6 Illinois players going to the University of Illinois. We've got 4 players going to the University of Iowa, 1 player going to Purdue.
1 going to Stanford.
1 going to Iowa State. We've got them all. They're all great football players. And this really is a great showcase for high school football. And these kids have done a great job, and of course the coaches are loving coaching them.
Well, the South will be kicking off, and the North will be defending the goal to our right. And we'll see Brad Wojcik kicking off for the South, and we'll see who the North sends out to be their deep men. I guess once again it'll be number 32, Steve Rogers, and number 35, Edson Castillo. Rogers, as you remember, nearly broke one in the first half. If Wojcik hadn't caught him, there would have been another 6 points up there for the North.
Now, Steve Rogers had a great career at Hersey High School for Rich Glover. He was a running back. He was a wide receiver. He was a defensive back. Had a great career, culminating his junior year by winning the state championship when they beat East St. Louis down in Bloomington. And you and I were down there, Mike.
That's right.
Good shot of Brad Wojcik from Lyons Township. His dad is coaching in this all-star game for the South.
And we're underway. It'll be Castillo close to his own goal line. And Edson Castillo looking for a break. And Castillo takes it out. Nice run back across the 25-yard line, and the North will be starting. And we'll see who they send out. There's a good look at Mr. Castillo. And I like the kickoff teams and return teams on both these squads.
Great kick by Wojcik down to the 1-yard line. And there goes Castillo trying to get to that wall. Nice run back.
Well, Duke Tobin, who did not complete a pass in the first half, is in there to start the third period. Castillo is playing the deep back. Sean Campbell, the up back. And right away, looks to be a problem on the exchange right there. And
Duke took
Tobin went straight ahead.
Right, he took his eyes off of that situation there. I think that created the fumble. You can see him right here. Watch him turn before he's got control of the football, and the center's firing out. And of course, he's got to hang in there with him because there's a defender right on that center.
Dave Garnett in there just a shade late. He's second down now. Loss of about a half a yard. Tobin gives it to the tailback. And it looked like Rogers, Steve Rogers from Hersey. He's in. Again, the coaches are doing a lot of exchanging of players, putting in, new backfields, new lines, giving each of these players as much opportunity as possible. Around the middle of the fourth quarter, if things are still close, I imagine they'll be going with more of a set lineup.
They'll start spot substituting for situations.
3rd and 8 now. North hasn't done much its first 2 times here with the ball, following the kickoff. Now they go to the single back. In motion is Ramon Caesar, and the throw is complete from Tobin, and it goes to Tom Cavallo, still well short of the first down. It'll be a punting situation for the North. Greg Cox will come in to kick it away.
They run a flood route. They ran a man in motion, and they ended up with 3 receivers in the flat. Nice throw, but here comes Jeff Scariano from Wheaton North High School, 6'1", 195-pounder, making that hit. And he's on his way downstate to play at Eastern Illinois University.
So it will be Cox, who kicked well in the first half. Greg Cox to kick it away. He'll kick it from about his own 22-yard line. Good snap. Cox booms it straight up. Nobody's going to run this one back. Short kick. Takes a bit of a north roll across midfield to about the 41-yard line. Ball is dead, and the South will put it in play with good field position from its own 41.
That's how I was hitting my driver today. Just popping them straight
up
up
9 irons, huh? It's a 9-iron shot with a driver. All right, Steve Tomczak will come out to start this third quarter. Steve, we told you, with the good first quarter, including a 13-yard pass for a touchdown, he will go under center Brian Blasius, number 76. There's the back of Brian. Start to throw again, and it is complete. Right over the middle to start things off to number 88, Kevin Zuber, the tight end. Zuber from Riverside Brookfield.
Nice reaction by Tomzak. We could hear up in the stands here when Zuber yelled his name, Mike, Mike. He was in trouble, and you can see him drop, and watch the tight end come into your screen right here, right in the middle. He's trying to get in the seam behind the linebacker. There he is waving his arms, and Tomzak had the presence of mind to find him. Nice throw under pressure, a nice catch by Zuber.
John Sidari, the linebacker from Underline, making the stop, gain of 5. 8 minutes, 45 to go. Ball's on the 46, 2nd and 5. The eye set for the South. Tomzak again. This time right away complete out to the right side to Dan Loftman, the midshipman to be. And he is stopped there by DJ Rossini. Good for a first down. Gain of 7, balls across midfield down to the 47-yard line of the North, and the South is moving again to start the second half as it did to start the first.
Tomzak's having a great game statistically, and he's really showing some people here why he was such an outstanding quarterback at Lincoln Way.
First down, 10 to go from the 47-yard line of the North. The South in possession. This is the pitch to Crank, and Ernest Crank getting some decent yardage. Across the 45 to the 43, Ernest Crank from Bolingbrook.
Ernest Crank, an interesting story. I remember when the South was practicing 3 years ago at Hinsdale South High School. Ernest Crank was a freshman, going to be a sophomore. He came over to all the practices, and I happened to talk to him one time when I said, made a comment about, you know, what are you doing out here? And he said, my goal is to play in this game someday.
Well, they certainly went through a lot to get here, as we mentioned at the top of the show, when he went to enroll at summer school at Iowa, where he'll be going as a freshman. His mother and brother were in an automobile accident. His mother was killed, and that was just a couple of days ago. And here he is. This is Tomzak now, and this is Ellens. Ellens on a play that didn't fool anybody in the first quarter. Goes maybe for first down yardage here in the third. That's that same draw.
Sometimes high school people have short memories.
Yes, I guess. Take a look at it here.
Here's the draw where you run past the back and give it to them as you're going by. And, of course, they overrun the play. And Martin Ellens knows this play so well from Hinsdale South because Dave Smith was his head coach there.
Clock ticking down below 7 minutes. 9 to 6. The South with the 3-point lead and the ball. I'm Mike Lederman along with Jack McInerney. This is the 6th annual North-South Suburban All-Star Game. The South on the move. Flanked out to the right is Mark Fiore. Tomzak. And the give, it looks like, to Robert Vaughn, number 35. And Vaughn check it, it's Ellens. Ellens on the carry. And Ellens gets the first.
Now we've got some substitutions. Griggs is coming in, Loftman, Crank. It's great to see these kids. What they do is the coaches tell them, substitute for yourselves every 3 or 4 plays. And they do that, and they're really, everybody's getting the equal amount of time to play in the ball game. It's big Ross Watson
10 from the 36. Corner and Crank, the backs. Fake to Crank.
One-handed catch.
And a beautiful catch by Corner. The Tank, who caught the touchdown pass, makes another fine play. Good for another first down, close to the 25-yard line.
This, again, is the play that's been so effective. It's called a naked. Watch the lineman pulling at the bottom of the screen, going that direction to get him to go. And Corner comes out of the backfield into the flat. Great catch. Great agility.
First and 10, ball's on the 25, just across the 25.
Outstanding catch by Lehman Tank Corner.
Boy, Lehman Corner.
There he is.
Park.
Oak Park High School, coached by Gary Olson.
5'8", 200 plus, moving with all the agility of a water bug tonight. First and 10 from the 25. Again, Tomzak, and this one's complete.
Griggs.
To Griggs, and Griggs marches the South down closer and closer to the North goal line.
Has Tomczak thrown an incompletion, Mike? Great, just a quick 3-step drop. And
Not this half.
Here's Griggs going up in the air, and he's a threat. Great open field tackle by D.J. Rossini from Wheeling High School.
Another first down, ball at the 14. Clock now below 6 minutes for the third quarter.
Another new backfield going
Corner
in.
and Ellens coming in. Tomczak, we hear, 4 for 4 so far this half for 34 yards. And it was from just about this point where he threw his first touchdown pass, that in the second quarter. This time the give is to Ellens, and Ellens maybe a yard or two.
I'd like to thank our stat man, Jim Floto. Does a great job over at Lyons Township all through the year and is doing a great job for us tonight.
And credit Dave Stachura on that last tackle. Stachura from St. Charles. Pick up a 3, 2nd and 7. Clock under 5 minutes.
The offensive line is doing a nice job giving Tomczak protection tonight.
Dave Kett, Jim Zychek, Brian Blasius, Chester Laheta, Sonji Roberson. Again, it's Tomczak, and again, it's corner, and corner this time to the 5. And that will be just short of another first down. Boy, corner's caught only 6 passes the entire season. I don't know how many he's got tonight. I think he's got about at least 4 tonight.
Well, this pass is set up so perfectly. Tomczak just dumps the ball out in the flat to him because the end crashes and leaves him wide open. And, of course, he's making some nice catches, getting good yards on that play all night long.
Brings up a 3rd down and about 2. Corner and crank the backfield. Yarborough flank to the right.
Get in.
This is Crank.
Get in there. Get in there.
Crank
Yes.
got a touchdown.
I'm not applauding for one side or the other. I'm applauding for Ernest Crank. And you can see the excitement by the South players here for him.
Ernest Crank has a touchdown. 3:49 to go.
There's his teammates. You can see how well he's performed with his teammates. Just a toss here into the short side of the field. Tank leading him out, and watch Crank here with those great feet headed for the University of Iowa. Just a great effort to get in that corner of the end zone. Nice job by an outstanding football player.
The touchdown for Crank.
And he's excited.
Yeah.
And they're all excited for him.
Wojcik will try the point after. And Tomczak tries the inside pitch. And that was a set play, but the North wasn't fooled. The pitch went to Vaughn, but Vaughn was stopped well short. So we'll take a commercial break here. 3:49 to go. The South has scored again, and they've run off 15 straight points, so it's now 15-6 for the South.
Sock it to 'em White Sox. Come on and cheer out loud. Stand up for the White Sox.
Teeing it up, the South now has started to show the muscle that a lot of the folks who covered this game thought it would. 15-6, although the North is hardly out of it. 3:49 to go in the third quarter.
I don't think the score indicates the excitement of the game. We've had some big plays, some great tackling, and a lot of passing and with some great catches. It's been an exciting football game.
Castillo inside his 5. And he laterals it back to Rogers, and Rogers making some room right here. Steve Rogers gets close to the 30, number 32.
Garnett with a big tackle there, number 46 from
Dave
Naperville
Garnett
North.
coming in there to make the stop.
Number 46, Dave Garnett.
Well, they've been kicking away from Rogers, so let's get it to him anyway.
That's right. Good call by Bob Ciancio here. You see the reverse. Rogers goes in, dips in behind him, and Rogers has great speed, but Dave Garnett isn't going to the University of Stanford because he wears concrete in his shoes. You can see that right there. 6'1", 220-pounder from Naperville North. Great open field tackle.
Ball's on their own 28, North with the ball, and Duke Tobin remains in at quarterback. Tobin looking, And it is complete. Flag flies. Complete to Mike Rummel.
I believe he was out of bounds here.
May have been out of bounds when he caught it. That's one indication.
I think we got holding here, too, because he was held up at the line of scrimmage here, and that's where the flag went long before this. Great effort and concentration here.
Yeah, it looked like the flag was thrown as the receiver went downfield on the left side.
That was the call, defensive holding.
So that'll be a first down. We really can't tell from our angle nor the cameras whether or not he was out of bounds when he caught it. I guess the indication was that he was, but it's kind of moot right now after the penalty. Gives the North the first down. Here it is, defensive holding, says Tom Quinn.
I wish my lawn at home was half as good as this field is.
Well, I love telling the story of this field. There's an individual well just off to the right of the field that feeds it, and even if there's a drought, this field is green, and boy, do they take good care of it. Tobin to throw. Tobin airing it out, and overthrows Mike Rummel, number 88. He had a couple of white shirts around him.
Nice coverage there by Kip Henley from Downers Grove South.
A lot of change in personnel, and I guess while we're talking about the field and the facility, we have to mention Garth Haynes, who is a longtime building manager here at North Central. He's running the clock tonight. This is his last night before he retires, so we wish him the very best, and this is quite a testament to his abilities.
No, we thank him. He's done a great job the last 6 years here working with him and keeping the field and everything else in good shape for the All-Star game.
2nd and 10, inside handoff. And it goes to Campbell, and Campbell gets good yardage up close to the first down before he's driven back by a pile of white, led by number 89, Marty Lorick. Lorick from Marmion going to Iowa State.
His father was a coach for many, many years. Started out at Marmion Military Academy, went to Fenwick, and was a coach for 14 years at Wabansie Valley.
Why did I think their nickname would be the Cadets, huh?
Good effort here by Campbell. Big running back. Does an outstanding job.
Oh, he's a big kid, 6'3", 220. Still cranks a 40 in about a 4.6. And there is Lorick.
There's Lorick from good stock. His dad was an outstanding football coach for many years and a great basketball official.
And getting stood up right there is Campbell. Now, does Campbell make it with second effort? Don't know. We'll check it out. Real fine play by the left side of the South defensive line.
Looks like a good mark there, Mike, from our angle here.
It is a first down. And Eric Dirks, a defensive back from Hinsdale South, didn't like that call, but
you can see there's great penetration by the South defensive line, but that great effort by Campbell there with that 220 pounds picks up that yard and a big first down for the North.
Johannick from Willowbrook coming in to make that first hit, but the second effort gets him the first down. And there you take a look at Dirks, who assisted there.
Hinsdale South.
2:20 and the clock is running here. Slot left, Duke Tobin. And look out, Castillo caught it, probably wished he had, because that went for about a loss of 6.
Derek German from Leiden Township makes a great effort here as an outside linebacker. Good drop here by Tobin, but Derek is playing it all the way. You can see him coming right up there.
Whoa.
Good job by Derek German, coached by Lenny Janik at Leiden High School.
Had 4 sacks this year. Recovered a fumble. Made a good hit right there. So second down, call it 16. Deuce backfield for the North. Tobin again with lots of people in his face. He completes it. It goes to number 80, Pat Nelson. And Nelson looks like he got the first down. Nice reception over the middle for Pat Nelson from Palatine and Joe Patrica's troops.
Good drop back and good protection here for Tobin. You can see the offensive line in North doing a great job, and Tobin drills the ball in there. Nice catch right in the seam. And Bob Ciancio opening up the offense here for the South team, or excuse me, the North team.
Pat Nelson, the leading receiver in the history of Palatine High School. 13 touchdown catches this year, average about 16 yards a catch, and just short.
Bet they go for it.
On that last one, yeah. Let's call a 3rd and 1, huh? I didn't hear what you said
here. I said I bet that they go for this here, but you know what? This is a great play to go up top for the bomb because you can come back.
Well, they are in enemy territory at the 42. They have 2 shots at it.
Got the jumbo backfield in.
Here they are again, the wishbone, and once again it is Holder, and Holder, boy, does his Fridge impression and covers more ground in that one carry, I think, than Fridge did in his career. Where is Fridge? You seen him?
I have not.
Oh, okay. Heard he was playing basketball, too. There's Holder, front man in the wishbone, and good blocking there by the right side of the line.
Not bad for a defensive football player.
So it is a first down now in the 30 on the 34-yard line of the South, and the North is moving, trailing 15-6, entering the final minute here of the 3rd quarter.
Bootleg
on the bootleg, almost intercepted by number 15, Carlos James, and Carlos James, that's 2 he could have had tonight.
He gets excited. Good bootleg fake here. Coming out to the short side of the field, looking for the tight end coming across, and Carlos James coming right up in here, a little underthrown, and that's one of the reasons why he's going to the University of Iowa as a defensive back. He's always where the football is.
And he's the fastest man on this field with a clocking of about, shouldn't say about, I guess he's been clocked at 4.37 for the 40. That's wings, man. That is wings.
I couldn't get my car going that fast.
Under a minute to go here on 2nd down. Tobin again. This time's got to run it. And Duke Tobin is getting some nice yardage before he's knocked out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
Carlos made what we call an intimidating tackle there. A little higher than normal.
Well, Tobin gets about 4. A little more than that.
This is what Tobin was noted for at Hershey. He was a good scrambler, made things happen when there was nothing there. And watch Carlos James coming up here. He's not going down low. He's going up high. Right there, introducing himself.
And separating the quarterback from the ball, which went out of bounds. Both the quarterback and the ball. 3rd down and a long one. 47 seconds to go. Again, they bring the elephant backfield in, and this time Holder is stacked up. Don't know whether he made it or not. It does not look like he did at first glance. Boy, they bring that wishbone in, and everybody knows it's coming after a while. That time it looked like they stopped it.
Well, the matchup is they've got some awful big linemen there, too. All those linemen are making that play right there, about 260 pounds.
Boy, real good penetration in there by the South, trying to see who made that first hit.
Well, I think Jim Johannick from Willowbrook was one of the first ones there at left tackle right there as we look at the screen.
And DiVietro, the nose guard, was in there, too.
From Naperville North.
So here it is. Actually lost the yard, so it's 4th and 2. And that wishbone set up again. Everybody's in tight. And this time it's Campbell. Look out. Sean Campbell lost the ball. Campbell down for a good game. First down and more. Inside the 10, lost the ball. And what's the call?
North got it.
North will keep possession. Boy, a quick hitter right there. Really opens the daylight.
Bear football, power football, right off tackle. They double down, and the back kicks out, and there goes Campbell. 220 pounds of romping, stomping dynamite. And there's Christensen making a big, big recovery right there for the North team.
And I think it was Rick Young who gave him that block to spring him loose originally. Fine block by Rick, 6-foot, 195-pounder from Elgin Larkin. And that's the end of the 3rd quarter. They will turn it on down, and they will have a 1st and goal, the North will, when we come back here in Naperville. Right now, we'll take a break.
When it comes to automobiles, there's only one, Bob Rohrman.
In June, we're busting out all over at Arlington Acura in Palatine.
Busting out with a new Acura lease department that gives you the most lease for the least money. Busting out with new 89 Integras for just $99.95. Busting out with a free trip for two to Hawaii with the purchase of any new 88 Legend.
There's only one, Bob Rohrman.
At Arlington Acura in Palatine, we're busting out for you.
The elephant backfield in there again on 1st and goal.
Bootleg.
And the bootleg, this is Tobin, and Tobin doesn't get away with it that time. Who's in on him? Looks like number 64, Bill Havley. Havley from Lincoln Way.
Lincoln Way connection.
Well, that did a real good job of taking them out of scoring position right there, at least for a touchdown. Loss of 6 yards, brought it back to the 16. Still second and goal now.
7 yards back to the 16-yard line.
Tobin with time, looking, and it is complete for Pat Nelson.
He lost it right at the last minute there.
Check it. Okay, looked like he had it.
Let's be sure here now. We'll go right back to this and take a look. Duke Tobin dropping back. He's got good protection. See the tight end crossing. He's got split end coming right in the seam, has it there, and loses it just as he hits the ground.
You're right. Kip Henley in there on the coverage from Downers Grove South.
Kip, by the way, was the athlete of the year for the Chicago Sun-Times, a male athlete of the year, outstanding athlete at Downers Grove South High School.
Headed for Eastern Illinois. Okay, big play here for the North. They trail 15-6. First minute of the fourth quarter. 3rd down and goal from the 16-yard line. Once again, Tobin. Again, he's got pressure. Complete, but it'll only be to the 10 to John Knox from Palatine. Knox, a two-way player in there at running back, and he was the safety valve on that and only got a gain of 6.
Well, Tobin is forced to flush out of the pocket here by good pressure from the defensive line of the South, and he dumps the ball off to big John Knox, 230 pounds, and there's Randy Sienna from Homewood Flossmoor, coached by John Wren on his way to Notre Dame.
There's Cox. Also plays linebacker on defense. Now Frank Costabile is going to come in as teammate from Palatine. After this timeout, he will, if he kicks it, kick it from the 18, so it'll be about a 28-yard field goal for Costabile. And Frank has converted all 3 of his field goal attempts this year, as well as all 31 of his extra points. So he is certainly a reliable kicker. We'll find out what happens in just a minute. Right now, 10:53 to go, 15-6. The South leads the North. The North is driving.
The electricity, the sound, the suspense, the entertainment, the fun, the game, the Bulls. Coming this summer, Budweiser presents the Shoot the Bull 3-on-3 Classic with divisions for all ages and ability levels. Call 943-5800 for details or check your Chicago Tribune. The game is only the beginning.
All right, the North is set up for a field goal. They had the ball on the 8, 1st and goal, but 3 plays have produced a grand total of -2 yards. So Costabile will kick it from his 18-yard line. Tobin will be the holder, and again we're going to get a discussion here as time is back in. 10:53 on the clock. Costabile trying to cut it. Low snap, kick is up. And it is good. So Costabile puts the first points on the board for the North since the first quarter. And they've cut the lead now to a touchdown, 15-9.
That ball could have been kicked from 20 yards further back. He really got his foot into that one.
Well, let's see it again.
Good angle from our end zone camera. Good snap. Good hold. Good kick. Good strong leg. No doubt in the officials' minds there.
28-yard field goal for Frank Costabile and the North. So that cuts the lead to 15-9. A couple of nice round numbers.
Lots of time left. We've got a lot of points yet to put on the board.
10 minutes, 49 seconds to go in this one. I'm Mike Lederman along with Jack McInerney. We are bringing you the 6th annual North-South Suburban All-Star Classic from Frailer Field at North Central College in Naperville. There are the deep men. Once again, Fiore and James. Fiore, top of your picture.
Fiore, a good possession receiver, but Carlos James is a game breaker back there.
Costabile goes at Fiore. And Fiore takes it on his 15. Still going, but officials ruled he stepped out of bounds just at the 25-yard line. Fiore had a nice head of steam up there, but he left a little track right there on the chalk.
Well, they're trying to kick the ball away from James because they know the great speed and return ability that he has. But Fiore is a good possession, and he'll get you some good positive yardage here. And it's a real good effort right there by Mark Fiore from Glenbard North, coached by Dale Evans.
I won't say it. Okay. Lloyd Kerr is in there at quarterback now for the South. Kerr played well in the first half. Fake to the halfback, and Kerr throwing it complete. And then knocked out of his hands, knocked out of the hands of number 35, Robert Vaughn. Or was it? What's the ruling?
They're giving it to him.
Ruled a catch, and a first down catch at that. Nice play by Kerr and by Vaughn.
Here's that little bootleg again. It's been so effective for the South all through the night. And he's got Vaughn with a nice bobbling catch here. And they're trying to say he had no possession when he went out.
He's got it.
Yeah, he's got it there.
He's got it.
Good concentration by Robert Vaughn from Yorkville.
First down yardage, ball at the 38. Gain of 13. Give to Ellens, and Ellens maybe get back to the line of scrimmage. Martin Ellens has been the principal ball carrier on short yardage situations.
Good shot of Dave Smith there from Hinsdale South. George Baglione from Crete Moni. And there's Ron Tomzek to his left of Dave Smith.
No gain. It's 2nd and 10. Flags fly.
It's been a well-played game, Mike. There's been very few penalties for an all-star game. Usually you have quite a few more just because of the lack of practice time and the ability of the teams to get together, but this has been a very well-played game.
Yeah, somebody jumped before the snap over there on the offense, so a procedure call. And let's see if we can spot the guilty party.
Right tackle.
There we
right
go.
There. Chris Hall from York High School. Gary Grauwinkle, his head coach, won't be too happy with that one.
Chris is alternating time with Sanji Roberson. Roberson's a big kid, 6'5", 265. Hull going to Northern Iowa, Roberson NIU. Over the middle and incomplete. Intended for Kevin Zuber, the tight end.
Zuber comes from a school that throws the ball a lot at Riverside Brookfield. He had 65 receptions for 654 yards, and he's coached by Otto Zeman. And Kevin Zuber is headed for Iowa with his 6'5", 200-pound frame.
Well, there are four of these guys going on.
Right.
3rd and 15. Ball's on the 33. Lloyd Kerr taking his turn behind the center here in the 4th quarter. Steve Tomzak played the 3rd.
There it is.
Kerr
it's wide
again
open.
with the fake, and Kerr's got some room. And Kerr really blasted, it looked like, by number 56, Robert Wilson, the linebacker out of Evanston. And Kerr is counting his teeth right now, I think.
Kerr is a big, strong athlete. He makes a lot of things happen here with this bootleg. He's got nobody open downfield. So just take a look at that ability. 6'3", 210 pounds. Great feet. What an athlete. And there's some real contact made right there. And down goes the official.
Wow. Well, he got rid of Audrey Thorson, the lineman, number 79.
Dave's giving him a little lecture on what was open initially. Wojcik back to punt.
Wojcik to punt. Good kick. Taking it as 28 by Scott Sturmitz, and Sturmitz is clobbered at his 35.
Oh, that was quite a hit.
Heard that one back in live. Scott Sturmitz
turning the corner here. Tries to cut back against the grain and cuts right in to all the pursuit right here. Oh, there it is right there. That's Garnett.
Hello.
Giving somebody a little introduction to Naperville North football and what he's going to do at Stanford. It's a good shot of Jim Zijak from Hinsdale Central and his coach, Gene Strode.
Greg Cox is their quarterback now. The handoff to about the 39-yard line.
You know, the emotions really run high down there. It's hard to believe that these kids can get so excited about an all-star football game, but they want to show that they are the best of the best, and they really do a great job.
As do the cheerleaders. And Sean Campbell took that first handoff, gain of 3. Deuce backfield again for the North. Cox looking, and picked off possibly by the South. Right in front of the bench, the way he's celebrating certainly looks like it.
I think it's Kip Henley from Downersville South.
And Henley, yeah.
Great play there by Kip.
Yeah, you don't get that kind of reception just for knocking it down.
Good rush, little pressure here on Cox. Forces the ball, but Henley's got great speed. Ran on their track championship team. Cuts in underneath the receiver and makes an outstanding interception.
Mike O'Neill, the intended receiver. And Henley giving his team excellent field position at the 40-yard line with 8 minutes, 27 seconds to go.
You can see the excitement of these kids, how close they become as a team in 9 short days. Ernest Crank.
Yeah, Ernest Crank scored a touchdown earlier. That gave his team some breathing room.
A few comments for everybody. Super young man.
Under 8 minutes to go here in this fourth quarter. The South leading 15-9. And Crank picked up 3. Ball's on the 37-yard line of the North, following the interception. Kerr lets it fly.
For a few oohs and ahs for Robluski from Carl Sandberg.
Jeff trying to pick that one up between his hands, but just about 2 steps overthrown.
See how quick Lloyd Kerr gets back. Those feet, he kind of slipped a little bit on throwing that. That's why the ball was overthrown. You could see his front foot slipped out a little bit.
So, you know, that ball was catchable.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that ball was catchable.
It's a tough catch going into the sideline away from the ball, though.
Kerr doesn't take much of a windup either. He just goes.
He has got a rifle. I mean, the National Rifle Association has him tagged, and he's got his own. He is an NRA member. He can throw that ball short, long, intermediate.
And we got a holding call here against the South, so he's going to have to throw a little longer. It's interesting to watch Lloyd Kerr move around because he's a big kid, 6'3", 210.
Well, he has so much versatility. That's why a lot of recruiters wanted him to possibly play a defensive back. I mean, he's going to go in a lot of directions for the University of Tennessee.
Right now, he's got to be heading to the east if he's going to score here. 2nd and 20.
There's a screen again, the corner.
Kerr lets it fly. He's got a man wide open. First down yardage inside the 25.
Fiore, no.
Fiore was the second receiver right there. I think it's Robluski again. Yeah, it is Robluski.
That's what a great athlete can do for you. He has that threat with the ball when he turns that corner that he can do a lot of things. Let's just watch the footwork here by a great athlete. Comes out here, puts a lot of pressure on the corner, little ball fake, comes up to the line of scrimmage, and drills the ball right inside.
Chris Edwards, the linebacker, had a shot at him but lost his footing. But it didn't seem like much of a race right there. Kerr's got a lot more speed.
Looks like we had a penalty on that play.
But it
over the
looks
line of
like
scrimmage
it's
again.
Going for naught again because another penalty is going to set him back. Illegal receiver, yeah.
Well, it was an exciting play.
Yeah, if nothing else, it's eating up some clock for the South. We're at 7:24 now with the clock stopped. So the South is moving forward but marching backward.
Well, that's one of the disadvantages when you have a scrambler, Lloyd Kerr's ability. Those linemen don't know where he is, and they start moving upfield because they think he's going to take off and turn a corner.
The Tarkenton syndrome, if you will. 2nd and 25 from their own 45 now. Kerr lets it fly. He has got Yarborough. But in there and making the interception beautifully is Scott Sturmetz. At his own 5-yard line, Sturmetz getting inside the receiver and making the pickoff.
And as they were going down, they looked like they were at the prime. They were both banging each other, dancing all the way down the field. Again, we talked about the strong arm that Kerr has. He looks away and he comes back to the split end and he just throws that ball up. And at this point, they've already bumped each other about 4 or 5 times. You can see another one right here. Yarborough gave him a little shot in the back of the head, but great concentration by Sturmetz. Nice interception.
Well, the North dodges one bullet and yet has got to go 95 yards to tie this game up. There's still lots of time, just over 7 minutes to go, 7:04, but the North has really got its back to its own goal line, literally. And a quick hitter right up the middle and getting a little daylight in there and getting out.
Big John Knox.
Close to first down yard is John Knox from Palatine.
He's a big, strong running back.
I guess he originally was going to play defense in this game.
Well, what happens when they're picked, if once we decide that, you know, somebody is better suited for one position or another, they can move him. But at 6'1", 220 pounds, he's tough to bring down.
Gain of 9. Looking for the first down. It looks like Knox again, and Knox has got what looks like first down yardage, and the officials get in there quickly. It looked like a couple of folks were saying hello.
Well, that gives you an idea of how competitive these young men are. They're anxious to get in there and make some hits, and that's the name of this game. And, of course, the competition is so great that everybody's trying to outdo each other.
Greg Cox is the quarterback. He has split the duties with Duke Tobin.
Good shot there of Garnett, Naperville North High School. His dad's a former pro football player.
Cox from Benton playing with his own coach as the offensive coordinator. 1st and 10, ball's on the 16-yard line. Little mix-up in the backfield and going for no gain, maybe a loss of 1. And Sean Campbell. We'll take a look at it here. Looked like a mix-up on the exchange.
Campbell slips and falls, and Cox just trips right over him right here. And, of course, those South defenders are right in there like you're giving away $500 bills.
A loss of 1. I'm sorry, Jack. Go ahead.
That's quite all right. I was going to say that looked like a sale somewhere that my wife attends.
Careful, she's here, Jack.
That's right. I better make sure I got the Visa in my wallet.
5.5 minutes to go. Once again, Cox looks. And we get a flag after the play, maybe on a late hit. Pat Nelson, the intended receiver, had to go off his hands, but a flag was thrown after the play.
I think we're going to get a roughing call here because of the nature of the hit and where it was. Good drop back here. You can see he's making a turn, looking for the receiver on a curl route. And I think the contact will indicate what the penalty is right here after the ball's gone. This is what's going to happen. There's your penalty. Boom.
Yeah, the ball was already out of his hands, and Henley came in and hit him.
And
so a late hit will be a first down.
Sure, it was not obviously intentional when Henley was coming from a long way, but these officials stay right on top of the ball game. They're doing a great job.
Might mention a couple of the players who were picked on the teams but were injured in practice. Todd Hensey for the North injured his shoulder. He's here, but he's not playing.
From Buffalo Grove High School. He was doing a great job at practice.
And Vaughn Johnson for the South as the pass goes out of bounds, incomplete on 1st and 10. Vaughn Johnson also injured his shoulder. Johnson, a defensive tackle from Glenbard West. Well, 5 minutes, 22 seconds to go. The clock starting to become a factor with the North now 6 points down at 15-9, facing a 2nd and 10 from its own 30-yard line. The quarterback, Greg Cox from Fenton. There he is, number 17. So a big Randy Bierman. His first name isn't big, but it might just as well be. 6'6", 260. At Carmel High School, headed for the University of Illinois. On 2nd down, once again it's Cox looking for Nelson. He's got him. And Pat Nelson close to midfield at the 48 before he is brought down by 3 white shirts. 66, Scott McLean, linebacker from Andrew, in there on the stop. And there is Pat Nelson.
Got a lot of time left with 5:14 on the clock, and are at midfield. Down by 6.
Down by 6. They've got a good kicker. Kick that extra point and win this one. You're looking at Cox. Nelson comes out to the right. This time the handoff, as flags are flying again from the opposite side of the field.
This is away from the play, this penalty. It's between Henley and wide receiver.
Little, if any, gain on the play, but that's not the issue right now. We float out this penalty. Clock at 4:54. Defensive holding at the line of scrimmage right there.
And what they're doing is they're playing a bump and run coverage here, and he just held on to him, and the play was away, but they can still call it because he's an eligible receiver, even though the ball was headed in the other direction.
Well, the North is certainly getting the breaks over here. First, the late hit that was unintentional, and now this holding off the ball. And that's going to cost them.
That's the call, defensive holding.
A 10-yarder right there, so the ball goes down to the 42-yard line of the South. The North has another first down, 4:54 to go. And Cox leads them out. That's Nelson in motion. Deuce backfield.
He's deep. He's got him in the...
Looking and deflected nicely because he was beaten.
Nice play by Fisher.
It was Jeff Fisher, and the ball was intended for Mike Rummel, number 88.
Excuse me, that was Kip Henley from Downer South, making up for that last penalty. He actually had him beat, but a great recovery here by Kip, who's got excellent speed. You can see him coming in the picture right there and making a nice play. Headed for Eastern Illinois, playing for Bob Spoo down there in Charleston.
Ball just a touch underthrown as well, but can't take away the play that Henley made right there.
There's Kip, great athlete. Went downstate as a wrestler, went downstate on the track team. Played quarterback this year for Downers Grove South. Led them to the state playoffs.
Also punts.
And because of that great ability, Chicago Sun-Times named him their male athlete of the year for 1989.
South has got 6 penalties, 55 yards. The North got 3 first downs as a result of them, and it's starting to look good here. First and 15 from the 46. Cox in trouble. Lets it go, and it is complete, it looks like, to Rummel.
You know, what's interesting, the penalties that we do have are all aggressive penalties. They're not offsides and penalties like that. They're all aggressive play type penalties.
And Rummel picked that one off the grass.
Here's a nice scramble here by Cox. You can see him throw back against the grain.
Nice play. I'd like to see that from another angle, but we can't. The officials are saying it's good. Hey, it's good enough for the North. I'm told we may have a shot of that. So we go under 4 minutes. Clock is running. Second down, 3 from the 34-yard line. South on the give. The North on the give. This is Castillo, and Castillo has got room. Castillo to the 20. First down.
Quick feet right there. That shows you why we were talking about they have smaller backs, but they were super quick.
Well, let's see. Let's pick up and see if this catch was a catch, because we have it from another angle. You're not missing anything. The clock is stopped.
Flushed out of the pocket here. He's running in the throw back against the green, right in the middle of the screen, right there.
And here's the last play.
Here's from the end zone, and this is where we'll see that he really did trap the ball. Excuse me. This is our next play with a great run here by Castillo.
Let's come back to live action right now. Once again, the give going around the other side is Castillo, and Castillo is down inside the 10 to the 5. And it'll be a first and goal at the 4-yard line with 3:25 to go. Look out, don't go anywhere. Looks like a good finish is coming up here.
Well, let's give our fans an idea of what would happen if it's tied. We go with the high school rules, and we put the ball on the 10-yard line, and everybody gets 4 shots at scoring. So there could be a lot of excitement left here tonight.
Well, right now the ball is on the 4, first and goal.
Are the jumbos in?
Let's take a look if they put in the elephant backfield right there.
They are.
Sidari and Holder. And Campbell. Down to the 2. Driven back. And that is Holder. Chris Holder, the linebacker, who comes in on the short yardage situations, along with Sidari and Campbell, the other big back, who's there for offense. Almost lost it.
Almost lost it. Here comes Matt Root from Glenbard East, headed for Colorado State. Number 50 coming and making an outstanding play right there.
Give Carlos James a little credit, too. He came up from the defensive back spot to hold him from the other side.
Root
Clock is running at 2:30.
Root, a big outside linebacker at 6'6".
From the 3, second and goal. And what a big play in there.
Garnett.
We've called his number a lot. Dave Garnett from Naperville North. Upending the ball carrier and losing a yard or 2.
There's Garnett. Good penetration between the center and the guard. He comes right in there and makes an outstanding football play. Interesting story about Dave Garnett. Before his father allowed him to play football, he told him he had to master discipline. The discipline was the violin. He had to be able to play a tune for his father that his dad could recognize before he'd allow him to go out for football. And the reason behind that was he said that when I tell my son to run a 12-yard out, I don't want him to run a 10-yard out. And the whole concept was that he learned some type of discipline beyond athletics. And he mastered it. He was playing football by the age of 10.
He must be a lot of fun in the huddle.
Well, I don't see him taking any violins out there.
All right, we've got a 3rd and 4, obviously. You're taking a look at one of the able assistants here.
Will he be in the game, playing in this game in 10 years?
Well, here's the situation. 3rd and goal. Ball's on the 4. The North with the ball. They trail by 6. Clock shows 2:15 left, 4th quarter. Both teams have excellent kickers, so if they do score a touchdown, the North can probably put that 7th point up there off the foot of Costable, who's already kicked a field goal from 28 yards. Brad Wojcik has kicked a 40-yard field goal if they have to go back the other way. And there's the situation in a nutshell. 3rd and 4, 15-9. The team trailing with 2:15 to go has got the ball on the opponent's 4-yard line. All right, big play coming up right here. They go with Sidari. They go with Campbell. They go with Holder. Out of the wishbone right there. Cox the quarterback. And this is Campbell, touchdown. Sean Campbell didn't mess around. Cut right through. Touchdown North. The game is tied for now.
Sean Campbell, a big running back from Glenbrook South, comes here in a power play right off tackle. The old basic football. Great blocking up front by the backs and the down linemen, and he gets in there for the score.
Well, nobody has kicked an extra point tonight with all the... Constable's first kick was wide to the left.
We got a stoppage here.
And we're going to get, I wouldn't be surprised if the South tries to to freeze him. We'll see who that timeout was charged to.
That was charged to the North. Must have had a mix-up in the personnel, and the North didn't want to take a chance on a mistake down here and call the timeout.
4-yard touchdown by Sean Campbell ties this game with 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Constable the kick to put the North ahead for the first time since the second quarter. Let's take a look at the score again. They went with the offensive guy, and he did the job.
You can see the point of attack. They're blocking. Everybody's blocking down, and that lineman leaning right inside. And he's a little too big and strong for Carlos James, who takes him on at the 1-yard line, but's driven into the end zone.
Well, there's a look at the North team right there. Duke Tobin, he'll be the holder. And Constable from Palatine will be kicking it. We told you he was perfect from extra points this year up until the first one he missed in this game. 31 for 31. And this one will put his team ahead with 2:10 to go in this ball game. No doubt about it.
Well, with a guy like Lloyd Kerr and Briggs and Yarborough, 2 minutes is a lot of time for the South. Tom Sex had a great game throwing the ball, so we still have a lot of offense to see here with 2:10 left on the clock.
Well, let's see what they do, whether they'll bring Tom Zach back or go with Lloyd Kerr. And here's the kick. Oh, my.
Right into your living room.
Yes.
Well,
Okay.
what'll happen is, Tom Zach has had an outstanding football game, but Lloyd Kerr has the stronger arm as far as going deep. And that might just be the personnel difference right at this point, is that Lloyd Kerr has had scrambling ability and has a real strong arm to go deep, so that could be the difference. Now, Tom Zach's had a tremendous football game.
Costiville will kick. And the deep man, Ellis, number 17.
It's imperative that they have a real good run back here to get good field position.
And James, number 15, are back there for the South, and they are up around the 10-yard line. 2:10 to go. The North 16 to 15 leads.
There's the guy that can break
James,
one.
Yeah. Carlos James.
Here he comes.
And he is slowed
Still
up.
going.
Still going. Boy, Scott Ingram slowed him up and really made that play, even though he got about 6 or 7 more yards, because Carlos James had a full head of steam.
Carlos James, he wants the football at practice. The coach, just let him kick it to me. I'll score. Does a nice job here dipping it outside. Outstanding speed. Headed for the University of Iowa as a defensive back. Look at the footwork here.
All right, Lloyd Kerr will be the quarterback for the South.
Great footwork here.
Clock is running, under 2 minutes to go. South from its own 32-yard line. Frank is the tailback. Kerr shoots it out for corner, and Tank Corner's got a first down in the open field, and he is upended close to midfield by Christensen, number 99.
Great block downfield by Mark Fiore from Glenbard North.
Clock is stopped while they move the chains, and now it looks like the South is calling a timeout.
Here's corner. Now let's see if we can see the great block here by Fiore. Right there,
Whoa.
coming back. Tremendous block.
How do you like that takedown by Christensen? Daddy'd probably be proud of that, too, on the sideline. 1:37 to go. The 1-point deficit the South is facing, and their first play netted them some big yards. The ball just across midfield.
And again, we have the threat of Brad Wojcik, who kicked a 40-yard field goal in the first quarter. They get inside the 40-yard line, and his shoe is ready to go.
Well, you figure they need to be safe, probably about 30 yards. Take the ball down to the 20.
Well, in a game like this, too, with high school kids, oftentimes we sit in the stands and think how easy it is to move the ball down and no problem kicking a field goal. Well, the snap has got to be on the money. The holder's got to put the ball down, and he's got to get a good kick. There's a lot of things that go into that at this level.
Sure. And, of course, all these people are different people from the ones who normally do it for the kicker. So here we go. 1st and 10, a minute 37 to go. Game's on the line right here. The South trailing by 1 with the ball at midfield. Again, the fake.
Tight end's open.
Kerr looking for him, and
dropped the ball.
in and out of the hands of Kevin Zuber.
Wide open.
Zuber had the first down.
Here's the play that's been so effective all night for the South. It's the counter bootleg naked. He just hesitates there and gets out in the corner and puts the pressure, and the tight end is coming across the field. You can see him right there, nobody around him. And not an easy pass, but a catchable pass.
Clock at a minute 30, 2nd and 10. Again, the fake to Crank.
Got people open.
And this time it's complete. Wroblewski, the tight end, who's made a couple of clutch catches, makes another one there. First down, 28-yard line. Clock at a minute 21 and stop with the out of bounds. Well.
Same play right here. Guard and tackle pull, counter bootleg naked. Gets out in the flat by naked because he has nobody out in front blocking for him. Tight end's coming across the field. Comes right into his vision right here, and Lloyd Kerr holds on to it till the last second. Nice catch by Wroblewski from Carl Sandburg High School, coached by Tom Saliga.
Brad Wojcik working out on the sidelines with Steve Tomczak getting ready in case he's needed. A minute 21 to go. 1st and 10. The ball's on the 28. And this is a pitch to Crank, and Ernest Crank is upended for a loss. An excellent play once again. Kirk Christensen knifing in to make the tackle behind the line. Boy, was that a big play for the North.
Indiana State has got a heck of a football player in Kirk Christensen. Here's the toss, and Crank is one step away here, and notice how Christensen fights off the blocker and makes an excellent open field tackle.
And if he missed him, DJ Rossini was in there, but he wasn't needed. Clock at a minute 9. And that play lost yardage. Exactly how much will determine when they mark the ball.
Well, they're inside Wojcik's.
They say he just got back to the line of scrimmage, so we'll call it a 2nd and 10. 69 ticks of the clock left.
This game has been everything that people thought it would be. It's been very exciting.
It's been a lot of fun. It's really something. You forget that these are 2 all-star teams thrown together less than 2 weeks ago. And here they are, a game that technically doesn't mean anything, but they're not playing it that way.
Competitive level down there, it's tremendous pride on the part of all the players and the coaches.
Second down, 10 yards to go. Crank and corner, the setbacks. Fiore split here to the left. Crank, quick hitter, quick opening for Ernest Crank, still going. But again, he doesn't get much. Maybe down to the 25. Brings up a 3rd and 7. Take the Denny Savard moves right here, the spinorama.
He is quick. Watch these feet. Doesn't get a lot of yardage, but great movement here in the feet. I bet you he'd be a semifinalist on Dan's Fever.
Yeah. Big play here, 3rd down. Wojcik ready to come in, 3rd and 5. Crank again. Okay, Crank again, and he is stopped at the 25. It's going to be a 42-yard kick for Wojcik, and they're going to bring him on. They'll probably let the clock run down to nothing, or about 5 or 6.
In 1986, the South team won the game on a field goal with 4 seconds left. Here's the stop right here.
And give Christensen and Sidari credit on that. John Sidari, the linebacker, and Christensen coming in. And Now we're going to get a timeout here with 1 second left on the clock. Okay, so here's the ball game. No chance for overtime. It's either yes or no. Brad Wojcik's going to come on here. Steve Tomczak's going to hold.
People are on their feet. And I'm sure that
Laheta, I believe, is going to be doing the snapping. Chester Laheta, big guy from Bloom. Ball will be put down on, it looks like, the 31, so it'll be a 41-yard kick. Wojcik already has a 40-yarder going the other way.
There's no wind at all.
No wind.
Isn't it amazing it comes down to this? The last play, the last tick of the clock. Everybody here is on their feet.
This is fun.
Here's the other part of this.
Yeah.
A coach's son.
Yeah, that's true. His father's on the sidelines.
Dick Wojcik, head coach at Lyons Township High School.
All right.
Let's see.
We'll let you watch it. Everybody's up.
Short.
Blocked. Partially blocked.
A flag.
Well, we have a flag. Look out. Game is not over. There was a flag thrown.
They'll get another shot at it. Can't end on a defensive penalty. They're going to get another shot at it.
The North starts to run out, but hold it, fellas. Let's see if we can pick it up. Wojcik's kick was partially blocked, but the flags flew immediately.
You can see right there, he's coming right over the right side. Roughing the kicker. Roughing the kicker. It's a good call.
So not only will Wojcik get another shot, but he'll get it from closer in.
It was a good call. He definitely was rough. You got to feel sorry for the North coaches here.
Let's take a look at isolation right on Wojcik. See, he's got the kick away. He's okay so far.
Right here is where it happens. Right there.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's...
Yeah, it wasn't intentional, but again, the momentum carried him in, and the penalty will take it.
It definitely was roughing the kicker.
So now it goes down to the 12-yard line. It'll be a 29-yard kick, and that changes things. No time is left.
Everybody is on their feet.
There isn't a soul sitting here.
No time on the clock. This is, you couldn't have written a better script for this.
Okay, he'll do it again. And hold on, more whistles coming. Tell me this game doesn't matter, right? Come on.
Oh, can you imagine being Brad Wojcik right now?
And Jim Zychek's going to snap it. Number 75. Here's Wojcik now from the 19-yard line.
High snap.
High snap. It's up. Yeah.
It's
good.
Unbelievable. Look at those kids going crazy. Unbelievable.
29 yards, no time left on the clock. And the final score, the South 18, the North 15. So much for meaningless outcomes, huh? Look at this.
What a football game.
That is terrific. Brad Wojcik.
There's a father-son act right there. Brad Wojcik and his dad, Dick Wojcik from Lyons Township. Here's the part that I really like, Mike. The two teams coming together at midfield.
Yeah, there they are. Everybody's shaking hands.
That's class.
Boy, the North had this game. They went down and scored. They had a 1-point lead after the extra point was made following the 4-yard touchdown with 2:10 left on the clock. The South came through, and the first kick was blocked, roughing the kicker, but here's the second chance from 29 yards out. Let's take a look at the isolation.
Brad Wojcik, Lyons Township High School. Lots of pressure. Right here, and let's look at the reaction. Can we tell if it's good or not? Yes. Tomczak gives us the first indication, and there goes Brad Wojcik.
Boy, I love the job Tomzek did pulling that ball down. That was a very high snap.
Did a super job. He had a great football game. Outstanding football game.
Wow. So there it is, and there they are. The winners from the South.
That ties the series at 3-3.
And Brad Wojcik gets to talk to the reporters. And we get to tell you that the final score, once again, the South 18, the North 16, a 3-point game, as thrilling as you can ask. And we'll be back right after these commercial words.
We put you above it all. You'll see our spirit shine through. It's our way, it's our promise. Our spirit will lift you.
This summer, pick a place you want to be and pick Midway to get you there.
Midway puts you up there. Our spirit will lift you.
Well, the North started out with the lead. The South caught up, went ahead, built the lead, then lost it with barely 2 minutes to go in this game. But the South rose again when, with no time showing on the clock, a 28-yard field goal made the difference, 18-15. Jack, did you write the script for this thing? You couldn't have had a better finish.
I'm not smart enough to write a script like this. This was absolutely fantastic. What a football game played by two great football teams.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Let's take a look at the winning field goal again. First off, the clock showed no time left. Brad Wojcik, 28 yards away after a roughing the kicker penalty, gave him another chance. And look at this one. Boy, that had about 7 or 8, maybe 10 or 15 yards to spare.
Incredible finish to an outstanding football game.
Well, these are the best players in the area, and you see why, because they put on a game like this. Jack, always good working with you. We'll be back to wrap things up in just a minute.
On Monday, July 10th, 1989, it's the Chicago Baseball Cancer Charities All-Star Golf Invitational.
Fans, you have a chance to golf with celebrities from all of Chicago's teams. And, Jeff, the important thing, the money goes to Chicago Baseball Cancer Charities.
Yeah, it's a great cause, John, and it's a great time. Everybody will have a ball out there. But when you stop and realize what good it can do, that's what makes it even that much more fun for everyone.
For more information, call 272-3329.
The executive producer for tonight's North-South Suburban All-Star Football game is Danny DiCarlo. Tonight's game has been produced and directed by Lisa Seltzer. Remote facilities provided by Trio Video of Chicago. Stay tuned next for Sports Channel Pro Boxing from the Park West in Chicago. For Jack McInerney, I'm Mike Lederman saying so long from North Central College in Naperville. Once again, the final score, the South 18 and the North 16. The preceding has been an exclusive Sports Channel presentation. So long, everybody.
Left hand reaching in was Gary Reed.